everyone. Hello all. Welcome once again to Blaine's Escape Corner, our delayed corner because concrete waits for no man. Once I start that project, I had to finish it. And so glad I was able to get everything set up. Welcome KezTech. Welcome NH. You're almost first. Serrano's got you though. But I will say he wasn't here for the little pre-stream that Leon and I had. That's right.
Yeah,
This
we had some
guy.
fun behind the scenes there.
When I make the world late, I can be early. That's how this one works. Oh, welcome.
Hello.
We got Leon Serrano's Pop starting us off for our Fun Time Friday. This has been a week of interviews and chats. I'm enjoying this. I'm loving this.
Yeah, you've been killing it on your streams and whatnot, bro. Your political stream, it's been awesome to see.
It's all thanks to the shorts.
Oh,
I need to get back to posting shorts. I'm just so afraid it'll screw with my long form videos. But my shorts were killing it.
Yeah, it's gonna screw with it because you're not gonna want to make them anymore.
Oh, dude, making shorts for me, I hate making shorts because it's there's 60 seconds or less, and it's still like half an hour of editing for me. Because I put a lot of shit in my shorts, so it's still a 30-minute editing process.
No.
And
Okay,
you don't get
hold on.
fucking patient. Hold on, I don't know what your guys' my biggest short. 51K views. It's made me like $3.
Oh no,
Yeah, well, I
they
don't get
never
paid
make
for any
money.
of this,
No.
so
Short will not make you any money.
You're overthinking the shorts, okay? As a short expert extraordinaire, the best shorts are when you buy a tool and there's something weird with that tool and you film it and you go, "What is going on here?" Derp.
I literally just told you behind the scenes. I live in an apartment. You want to know what kind of tool I buy? None, because my fucking landlord takes care of that shit. Why would I
3D
be
printer?
buying a tool?
Maybe computer tech, game controller. It is all of my best hitting shorts have been me getting a thing and being like, "Look at this thing I got. Look at
Hey,
what's
look at this
weird
thing
about it."
I got Arby's today. I got Arby's.
Yeah,
You guys
just
like
post your
Arby's?
meals. Because will it mess with you algorithmically? I am currently convinced that there is a line in your... Because the algorithm's based on the viewer, right? It's actually not based on your channel. And so you have viewers that just consume shorts. And their algorithm to feed your shorts to them is so totally separated from the algorithm in the long form content for them that I don't think it hurts or helps you. But what it does do is it gets me past that dang 500 and now 1,000
500
sub
mark.
marks.
That was why, dude. That was why I went hard in shorts before I was monetized because I would make long form content and it would get like 2-3 subs per video if it was a good video, and then shorts I'd be getting like 13 subs per fucking video. It was awesome.
Yeah. They're great for that because people, they're just used to the swipe. Oh, I like it, I follow it. Swipe, like, follow. Like swipe, like, follow. And so as long as you can be the one that's quick enough to have a little bit of a joke, it totally works and helps.
Just
Not
like
based
that
on
one,
views.
guy
Not on
from-
shorts views. No, the shorts are just to get I have to get like 10 million shorts views in order for it to qualify, and it's like 10 million views in 90 days at my
Yeah,
current
it's something
height.
absurd.
Yeah, you need to have
My
one that
Magic
blows
shorts
up.
were doing well too. Like my Magic the Gathering shorts, like I said, I got one of them was 51K views, another one was sitting like 38K views. Like my Magic the Gathering shit was doing well.
The trick is you just got to find a way to do it in 5 minutes. Like you can't edit it, you can't overthink it. It has to be something where you're just like hit the button, go, and then move on with your day. Like as soon as the short becomes like, this is my content, then like you have to only focus on shorts and you're only editing shorts and you're only putting together shorts.
Well, and like the bulk of what was taking me so long with shorts was I would have it auto caption what I was saying because people like having the captions up on screen, the subtitles up on screen, and I have such Midwest mush mouth that it would get a lot of my captions wrong, and I have to go in and individually edit them.
We're using that AI one.
Yeah.
Yeah, I used Munch for a little bit, and then it just.
Well, I'm using one called CapCut.
You know what the better option is? You don't bother messing with it at all, and when it's wrong, people point it out in the comments.
Oh, yeah, that is
engagement.
true.
That's engagement.
It's better.
That's the old adage.
That's true, but I don't want to look like a fucking idiot. Like I don't want to say, oh, look at all these incorrect.
You're not gonna be able to avoid that,
subtitles.
Leon.
Okay,
you get a
you
haircut
wanna-
to avoid that.
Here's the advice I was given when I was doing marketing at the gun shop. It was make a mistake in every post we make. Because if somebody finds that mistake and they tell you how to fix that mistake, then you're going to make them feel like a genius. Their day went from being
do
Mr.
like that
Bored, I'm
mentality,
at
yeah.
work. Yeah, my boss hates me. Oh, I'll check out Facebook. Hey, look, that guy got something wrong. I'll tell him it's wrong. Like, that guy feels great now in his middle management sucky position because he was able to correct you. Welcome, Veritex.
Greetings from my new location from my desk.
I read that chat, Alex Moore. Friday. You on your new desk with your new mounts and everything?
Yeah, I'm kind of liking it.
There you
I don't
go.
know how I got by without mounts for all these years.
Whoa, Veritex got his cam on. What up with that?
Although I don't like the light on behind me, so I'm gonna turn it
Backlight.
off.
Well, he's got his cam on, and it's not like at knee level. Like, I like talking to Veritex, but when I'm like eye level with his cock, it's not exactly the most fun position to be in. So like,
Homie
not for
me,
you.
cockeyed.
yeah, having it a little higher is a lot nicer for me, at least.
Well, it's on top of the middle monitor. So
Perfect. Imagine reading Friday chats. Wow, imagine that. That's crazy. I'm just teasing chat now because they say I don't read them.
I love reading the chats, to be fair. Like not just on your show, but on mine. And when I get so sidetracked between, it's like, okay, because my live show, I'm gonna be doing it solo this coming Monday because I always have guests on. Very rarely do I do solo shows, but I spend so much time going through the chat that I feel I was like, man, what's the point of having guests if I'm gonna keep defaulting to reading every single chat? So I think every maybe 3 or 4 weeks, I'm gonna do a solo show so I can really actually pay attention to the chat and not try to have to split my time between that and 3 guests.
So
There you go.
I'm going to say I'm not a One Piece fan, but I'm here to declare One Piece victory over any Disney product because it even knocked Ahsoka off the top 10 of ratings
That's not hard to do.
on streaming.
I would say
I mean, it's
to be
not.
fair, Ahsoka, yeah.
It's not, but the fact that it knocked it off when we didn't have high expectations of it, and it still knocked it off, and it's actually pretty good. I haven't seen it yet, but everybody tells me it's really, really good. I'm like, well, when I
It
decide
is.
I
In
want
fact,
Netflix again, I'll
I've
watch
actually
it.
got a new appreciation because I decided to go back and restart One Piece from the beginning. I've been mostly caught up with One Piece. I was like 100 episodes behind, 110 episodes behind, something that's very close to caught up in the grand scheme of over 1,000 fucking episodes. And but I enjoyed season 1 so much, I went back and restarted the One Piece from the beginning. I hadn't seen these early episodes since 2004, back in the 4Kids days, and I've got a new appreciation for the live action show after coming to re-experiencing these old episodes of the anime.
Yeah, it's just a lot of investment to try and pick it up all over again, not remembering anything when it was on Fox briefly.
Yeah. Oh no, I feel you. I've been rewatching it for
'Cause
about
that was what
2
20
to
years
3
ago
weeks
now?
now. I'm almost 80
Yeah,
episodes deep. I'm like, yeah, I've just covered 80 episodes
mean,
in 3 weeks. I can't
If they
remember the
had
last
never
time.
dropped it, I might have kept watching it, and I might be like the biggest One Piece fan. But because it disappeared, and I had no idea it was even still airing for all those years, and I came back and I'm not gonna pick that back up.
Yeah, Funny did redub those, Peter. But when Funimation took over the dub, I just picked up where I had left off with the 4Kids stuff. So I didn't rewatch the Funimation stuff that I'd already seen because Funimation got the rights in 2012 or something, and I'd been reading the manga since it came out in 2002 off and on. So I was already familiar enough to where I was like, all right, I'm just gonna pick up where I had left off when 4Kids dropped it. So this is actually my first time hearing the early episodes in the Funimation dub.
Do you think lemon curd's still good if it's orange?
Probably. Usually, coloration like that's just oxidization. If it's fuzzy, then you want to avoid it.
Yeah,
But,
throw away.
yeah, orange from yeah, it's like if an apple gets brown, it's still good. It's just oxidized.
Well, yeah, there's a point where A little bit more than oxidized, and it's a little bit runny.
Okay, when your apple is mush, don't eat it unless
Might
it's
be bleeding.
applesauce.
Don't eat it.
It reminds me of that
Nature's
Mitch Hedberg. I
applesauce.
don't know if you guys are familiar with Mitch Hedberg or not. But he has this bit where people are all like, "It's like I like drinking red wine." People tell me, "Why do you drink red wine? Doesn't that cause your head to hurt?" It's like, "Yeah, eventually, but I'll never stop eating apples just because it'll be a core." Such a fucking dumb. I love Mitch Hedberg.
God, I remember, because Hedberg was the was he temporary stairs or was that Dane Cook?
Well, I mean, Dane Cook stole a lot of jokes, so it wouldn't surprise me if he stole that one as well. But yeah, it was originally Hedberg. Like,
Yeah,
an
he was
escalator
like-
can never break; it can only temporarily become stairs. Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. God, that high guy humor was so good. Oh, we have to. Have you seen the new Strong Women of Gaming, Leon?
The new strong women of gaming? No.
Which one
Yeah.
is this?
Oh no, I know where this is going.
I thought you would have seen this already, but I guess.
I don't think so, unless we're referring to,
Well,
like,
you just found Leon's video for tomorrow.
yeah, yeah. If this,
Yeah, I
if this is
think-
some new breaking news in nerd culture, yeah, by all means, you might be setting me up for a home run tomorrow. I'd appreciate it.
Oh
So
my goodness. Wait,
this is
someone-
interesting.
We were talking
All
about
right,
the
I
LCS
got
game
it.
changers.
Oh heck yeah, the game changers, man. They're changing the game. So here we go. So LCS, this is a League of Legends thing.
North American tournament scene.
North American. This is Shapeshift. She her. Oops. Get that one out of there.
LCS Game Changers is a really important event to me, and it's very close to my heart. I've been in every iteration of the program since 2021.
Answer me this though, Leon. When you get out of the shower, is this what your hair looks like?
Actually, it's not far off. Hers or his? Oh yeah, this is a dude. Yeah, his wait's still a while.
There's
to
only
become
three.
curly.
There's only 3 women involved in the project.
Mine.
What are you
mine
talking about?
is
They're all
fluffier
strong,
even
stunning,
up
and
to the
brave
top.
women.
And
I don't know,
At least one
the,
diversity
program was
hire on
actually-
these teams.
What was that?
Had to get at least one diversity hire on these teams.
Exactly.
My first ever comp experience, and so that was really, really exciting and really like sparked my drive for the game in a
What
really
is
big
this
way.
background
LCS
music
Game
too?
Changers to me means I think it's just an opportunity. I think it's a really good opportunity. Something
Generic
as
it is.
Do you have like a jersey shirt that you could wear when you report on this?
I will need. Oh, I wonder if I.
Like just a shiny, like tight
You have an
shirt.
ex-wife's
I
lipstick to borrow?
sort of. I have a. I've got a Nintendo DS, kind of like a jersey, a Nintendo DS shirt that's kind of like a jersey, but it's black and silver. So
Have I died to the first gym yet? No, don't even think I found the first gym at this
So-
point. I just made it to Japantown.
I have a question,
Sure.
and the question is this: one, they're on camera with a light. It looks like no makeup. Are they trying to look like characters from Twilight?
No, this is just what they look
No,
like. when
I
they
mean, you
dress
could
up.
make up all you want. That would
Because that's
just,
what they look like.
you would
Okay,
have like
so
a
I'm-
really
I'm not
dark
even gonna
foundation
front.
with a white neck. Like,
And the
I
jersey
was actually
collars are
pretty
throwing me
impressed
off.
with how clean their skin was looking, like legit.
especially that I've struggled with is like getting the chance to prove myself, like actually getting the opportunity to go to tryouts, to like play in combines is like something I've been denied like several times, especially
so this
Straight up,
human
no.
has been denied the ability to play the game competitively, but now in the women's league, they're changing the game.
especially
To
even
easy
in times
mode.
where I really should have been given the opportunity. And so it's really just a wonderful opportunity to show myself off and show off what I have. And I'm sure a lot of the other players feel the same way.
It's
There-
more
There's a
about
limit to how much showing off.
to
I
show
will do.
everyone what we are capable of, instead of like punch.
All right.
What is up with this creature's voice? Like male
Would
or
you-
female doesn't matter. It sounds like it's gargling a bucket of worms.
Would you rather listen to XQC or this human?
XQC.
Yeah.
Is it a natural accent or is it an appropriated accent? I can't decide.
No, this
I don't
dude's
know.
South American for sure. Well, you said like Portuguese probably. I'd say Brazilian makes sense.
Yeah, one
So-
of I went for because there's a little bit of Eastern Europe in there, which made me think maybe it would be like the Portuguese, because at least it's European. But Serranos is holding tight to his South American roots.
There's plenty of white people in South America, honestly.
Yeah, whoever gets to claim them, we're fighting hard for it.
Sing each other, we lift each other up. That's how we show everyone that we are good.
To
Denied
me,
is the new
LCS
I suck at this game.
means uplifting women and people of marginalized gender and
No,
demonstrating
it's League of
how-
Legends. You can't deny.
Bro,
Yeah.
this looks like someone they cast in a modern Stranger, like in Stranger Things season 5 or something like that. Like,
So many white people. Yeah, what's up with all these white people?
No,
I
there's
was-
a black one, but she didn't make the cut for the
Oh.
video.
Peter, I'm gonna steal that. So many white people when I cover this tomorrow. Yeah, you guys have given me my home run for tomorrow. Thank you.
they could.
Yeah, you
I'll
should also
link
look
it
up
to
the
you.
page. This is like exhibition match between 3 different teams. Each of them has exactly one woman,
One woman.
one actual woman.
One real woman.
That's right. I forgot we were celebrated.
Despite what people may think, we're actually like
You wonder why? Because they didn't want to change their white balance for one player.
very talented.
LCS Game Changers to me is much more than like having this competition and going to LA and like meeting new people. It's
If this
for me
one's
it's like this
face
wide.
wasn't quite as wide, it would actually pass for a female.
Yeah, like
The
Asian dudes
voice,
have
I
higher
think, is the
voices.
best.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, we'll get to that, Jemmy. Don't worry.
At the end of the tunnel because especially women and especially like I've dealt with a lot of like bad things in this community that like has really pushed me and shied me away.
You're playing the league. You're like, oh, there's a lot of bad things in this community. Your community is the community example of bad things.
Literally, the only thing that people say is more toxic than the Star Wars community is the League community. Like,
They're the literal joke of all that. Digital Asian face.
From committing all my time into this, but Game Changers is like literally the biggest reason why I haven't left yet, and the biggest reason why I still have that drive, I still have the passion, and I still am open with any new experiences, because they just remind me of the kindness of people and like
think there's
the
one more,
humanity
right?
that there is.
I really
Yep.
view it as
There we
something.
go. We gotta wait for him to be done with his part-time job before you can see Captain Nexalot over here.
Is that a combination of feathers and butterflies in the hair?
So the earrings are Dreamweaver earrings, or like Dreamcatcher earrings with like a Native American thing going on. And then there's butterflies that have been knotted into the hair. And then there's little space buns.
I don't know about the space buns, but the rest of it is kind of unique. It's different.
I mean, the
That's
whole
one way
thing's
to put it.
pretty unique. Boo, they'll care. NH, we'll get to it.
I think it's for her. It's done well.
Heloisia. That's the other thing. I'll send him this video.
To showcase what women and other marginalized genders are doing in esports. It's not really something that's on the forefront of a lot of people's minds, but it's something that's really growing and ever increasingly important in the field, because
If you had to choose one sport for the future, what do you choose? I think
You
esports is basically considered sports too. To
Are
get
those
rid
prosthetic
of one sport.
ears? They don't look like real ears.
No, those are real ears.
Nope.
They're
That's-
just
look how
really big.
Yeah, like how tiny that head is. Those ears make sense.
No, I
Um,
mean they look really, really flat on the top. Like there's like look at
they-
Blaine's ear, how it's got the red bit on top.
Oh, that's just because I'm drunk.
There's no way they got like a ear prosthetic.
You're
Right.
listening to the
I'm
sound-
owned. I'm owned. Okay.
NH, you got me, NH. You got me on that one.
there is so much of a population of women gamers, and I know that some of them
Soccer.
might not feel like they can do it, but I hope that this program
I don't know.
shows them what the capabilities are.
Okay.
Okay, what
I guarantee I will not be watching.
so I feel like I've got an answer to the question: is what does
I
you
would
know,
rather go
Game
back and
Changers mean
rewatch
to you?
Fire Emblem done by Blaine.
Wow.
So the other part for your video is down here. Only people at LCS official follows or mentioned can reply. Our top hidden Good luck, says this thing. Hidden. This is some sort of moon rune speak. I don't know what that is.
So if you tweet and get hidden in the forest of Twitter, did you really actually tweet and say anything?
Right? This is just eyebrow raised. 10
The
times
whole
more
point
hidden
of speech is
comments.
to be heard, not to be hidden.
The jokes write themselves. She shifts. Oh yeah, one of the first character's names is Shapeshifter.
That's good.
Anyway,
Somebody's gonna turn that into a song lyric. I tell you what.
Yeah, the comments are pretty wild there.
Oh, that was
There's the
that
link.
was a good way to start my Friday night. I appreciate that. Thank you for showing this to me. I needed this.
Now we need to replace those images with some good quality Moemon, right?
Dude, what's amazing is like, so I was saying backstage, I went to a concert this past week, and when I went to see Baby Metal live, and all the dudes pretending to be chicks in that video were dressing like the way actual girls were dressing at the Baby Metal concert. Like,
That's hilarious. I would love to go to Baby because it was Baby Metal and Death Clock,
Death
wasn't
Clock.
it? Yeah.
Yeah, Death Clock.
Oh, that'd be awesome.
It was a kick-ass show. It was a super badass show. I think the only problem with it was the order in which they played. Baby Metal played first, then Death Clock, and like Death Clock was they were the better performers, or they were the better players. Like they nailed it. If you close your eyes, you would think they were lip syncing or you were just listening to an album. Like they were spot on. But performance wise, like stage presence, Baby Metal blew Death Clock out of the water. So I think they should have had Death Clock play first to get people jazzed with just the really powerful, awesome music, and then had like people go crazy for Baby Metal with the way they had the stage presence they had.
That would be cool. Kestek saw Baby Metal live in April. Man, all you people seeing Baby Metal, making me excited.
Yeah, this is my second time seeing them. Like I saw them in 2019. It was their very first North American tour. This was a very different show. This one was better in some ways and worse in others. It was not worse than it was better. They were both great shows, but like it was. I don't know if the venue had to do with it. In 2019, it was an indoor venue. This year it was outdoor. That might make a difference. I don't know, but they went fucking crazy this year.
Fucking crazy, man.
Peter Venkman says, wasn't Death Clock the headliner? Well, so it's called the Baby Clock tour. So I've gone to a lot of tours where it's like when it's multiple big name bands, depending on what night you go, they alter the who plays first, who plays second, who plays third, things like that. They'll always have an opener be the opener, but then if it's two like equally big bands, they alter. I don't know if this tour is doing that, but no, they're co-headliners is effectively what it is. Like Baby Metal wasn't opening for Death Clock. They both had full 1 hour sets.
Interesting. I don't think I've ever been to a concert like that where there was like a headliner and then like a sub headliner. Like I've definitely been to concerts where I've been like, dang, like Foxy Shazam was the runner up to The Darkness, but that was like very clearly The Darkness's show. But that was my introduction to Foxy Shazam. I was like, dang, this band is awesome.
Yeah, the Cartoons band is actually real, Peter, and it was super cool. Like they were killing it. I just wish they had more stage presence because everyone knows them from Death Clock. They have a big screen that like is showing all the Death Clock characters going through stuff while they play.
Well, it starts out with like a little like episode or like intro, right?
Yeah. There's like a 5-minute interlude of like some of the characters. They're like bad guys, the government talking about how the Metalocalypse is coming and they need to stop Death Clock and whatnot. And then Death Clock comes out and like shreds while all the government people's faces are melting. It was fucking cool.
Oh, that's awesome. Finally got my Rattata.
Talking to after we talked to Mark yesterday, I decided to go back for Doom 3 a little bit.
Oh yeah, is it as fun as you remember it being?
Not any different, no.
No. Dude,
And
that
the
guy.
silly thing is that it will literally spawn enemies directly behind you, and well, not even just directly behind you, but directly in front of you. You can just be walking up and you'll walk into the enemy spawning. It's just really silly.
Interesting. Why is this person speaking weird?
They're part Pokemon.
They keep twirling. They're part Pokemon?
Yeah, and how do you think? I mean, what do you think happens after someone gets with a Vaporeon?
Oh, I see. They're sort of a homunculus.
Yeah. Have you watched any of the new anime, Blaine?
Nothing from the new ones. I just watched episode, I think, 13 of Murder Farce. That was pretty good. I feel like the last detective arc was definitely like I don't know, it was a bit ass-pully, but at the same time everything still works, so I don't know if I'm upset with it or not, but it was definitely like you kind of knew some things that were going to be coming out of the whole deduction phase. You're like, "Oh, I see this, I see that, I see this." And then they're like, "Oh, and this." And you're like, "I mean, what would have told me that, huh? What would have led me to believe this? What are we doing here?"
It just kind of moved the plot in the direction it wanted to be going.
Yeah, it's and it's not even like it's bad. Like it's kind of an interesting take, but it was definitely a oh, that's how we're going to answer this? Okay, sure. That's less exciting. Bellsprout statues.
There hasn't been a lot starting for the new season yet, has there?
Only a couple.
No,
I think there's only
two, I
like
think.
2. Yeah.
I think Overtake starts in a day, though.
Woohoo!
Yeah, gonna watch that one.
Alex, excuse me, sorry. Alex Morse is at the concert asked to wear a face diaper except for the jab. No shit like that. But there were 2 people in front of me who were wearing face diapers, and I'm like, it's a fucking outdoor venue in summer 2023. What the fuck are you doing?
We've been saying that for years, man. It's like people still do it.
I mean, I've seen the pictures of it on Twitter and whatnot, but I live in the Midwest where most people don't give a fuck about the government, even when there's no shenanigans going on. So with actually seeing people do something like that, man, where I live, even when there was mask mandates, the grocery stores around here were like, we don't give a fuck, walk in without a mask, we don't give a shit. And so to actually see someone doing it, I was like, wow, it's not just on Twitter. These people do actually exist in real life.
Well, and like my annoyance with the whole thing is, so like going to Japan, right? It pretty common to see people wearing a mask. Like if they've got a sniffle, they don't want to wear makeup.
Right.
Like there's all kinds of reasons why people will wear a mask when you're walking around Japan. And I was kind of hoping
that is a different one.
Yeah, these are very different Moemons. I was kind of hoping that at the end of all of the COVID stuff, this was back when it first started, that masks would be like kind of okay for people like, oh, I'm kind of sick, I'll wear a mask, and no one would think that they've got like leprosy, right? Because that's prior to 2020. If you saw someone with a mask, you're like, they're gonna kill me. They have something dead. They got freaking Ebola. Like, you know, you're freaking out. And I was like, oh, hey, maybe people would get like more used to it. But then it just went on for so long and was like full of so much bullshit that I feel like it did exactly the opposite.
I actually had a similar thought to you when things were first going down, because like when people were throwing a fit about masks at first, I was like, well, Japan's been doing it for fucking years because it's just a common etiquette thing. And it wasn't until it became government mandated where I was like, all right, now I'm on the fuck mask train just because the government shouldn't tell you what to do. But like when people were doing it, when it was just recommended and people were doing it like to be courteous, I was totally on board with it. I thought I was like, yeah, people want to do it. I mean,
if you're,
I've played Japanese video games. You see NPCs wearing masks. This is completely normal.
I've worn a mask in Japan because I had a sniffle, right? Like it's totally a thing you just do. And the problem is all those guys you saw with a mask, none of them have a sniffle. They're all just terrified.
Right,
and that's the new problem is you've got people that are terrified that are like, I got to wear a mask because I'm terrified. And it's like, no, you just wear a mask if you're sick and then we don't get sick with you.
Yeah, no, it's if people were wearing masks because they were sick, I would not give a shit. But also, if you're sick, you're probably not going to be at a concert at 8:00 at night on a fucking Wednesday.
Yeah, that's a pretty good idea there. You wear a mask for your colds? Exactly. No shame. No shame if you're wearing a mask because you're sick. If you're wearing a mask because you're scared, there's not much hope for you. Read a news feature that 70% of junior high school students don't want to remove their mask. Is that a U.S. thing or is that a Nihon thing? Because I kind of believe it here, but I also don't. I think a lot of kids is just it's based on like what their parental figures say.
And you know what the teachers
Nihon,
say?
really? Interesting.
I was gonna say, you know what the teachers are telling them.
Yeah, what was that Feinstein that someone posted? Like the kids are like, you have to think of us. We're the future. And she's like,
Yeah.
I'm not gonna get elected if I listen to you guys. And they're like, but we're your voting
I don't
base. And she's like,
respond
you're
to
16.
my
You
way
didn't
or the
vote for
highway.
anything.
Yeah.
That's my favorite line. It's just like, yeah, the kid didn't vote for you.
I don't think she
Oh.
responds to much anything anymore.
No.
Yeah.
Like the flashlight in her eyes, like, all right, is that a yes or a no, Diane?
Did you guys see the photo of it was Taylor Swift and like her new boyfriend, and it was them like
Kelsey.
showing off they'd been vaccinated, and the caption underneath it was like, wow, either way this dude's getting his heart broken.
Nice.
Oh. That's terrible.
Ooh, that is a napalm level burn there.
I know,
Kelsey's
right?
gonna
That
retire
was,
in the next couple
that was
years
my favorite
anyways.
meme I've seen in a while.
Burn in the inferno.
I, for one, encourage experimental medicine. I love the future that it'll bring us. Don't street toughs and gangs usually wear masks anyways? Yeah. When two dudes rolled into Lowe's wearing COVID masks, they then tried to steal shit immediately because it's a convenient excuse.
I also don't know if I've heard the term street toughs in something that didn't take place in 1957. So thank
Well,
you for
That's
that.
pretty good. Fansite does good with that stuff.
And get those street toughs out of here, you ruffians! Like,
Felt like we were in a fucking sequel to The Outsiders there for a second.
Bunch of ne'er-do-wells, eh?
get off my stoop, stoop kids.
Youngins today be acting dastardly.
Can Kakuna actually follow you if you pull it out?
I mean, every Pokemon should be able to.
Interesting. I wonder if it just bounces along behind you.
What if you just had a leash on it?
You just drag it. It's just. Oh man, grubs are gross. I found so many grubs while we're digging. Just like, what? Why? Why are so many grubs? Why do bugs plant their egg in the earth and then it like hatches into like this gross semi-caterpillar, but it's translucent thing? Gross. It's a new Asus motherboard. Perfect.
I did like that. I did like the cement mixer, Blaine, and I did like the fact that you pointed it out that it should not be towed down the highway.
That's my most commented these things. That's like my most commented short that I've ever had is the cement mixer. And like I need to like go through and like comment on them because so many of these comments are for every sticker there's several stories of stupidity. This is comment type 1. The sticker's there because somebody did it. And then the other one is I'd haul it around work sites. You know, I'd tow it almost to see if I could tow it on the highway. People, I can't even read this one. People believe in Bigfoot and flat Earth, and Trump won the election. That's all I say.
Man,
Full of concrete, too heavy to heft into the truck. No lift or mini crane available. I do have a hitch though. But like, why would you hitch it on the highway full of concrete? I'd hook it up to the K truck and drive it around construction sites. Yeah, but you're not going on the highway.
True.
Why do they have there? So those are the two types of comments we got.
Hmm.
They're running around with pompadours and stuff. It's just it's so funny. Like sometimes you look at a warning label and you're like, yeah, I could see someone like some kid choking on that, or you know, someone trying to plug this in backwards, or you know, this is a live wire, we should have, you know, a warning here. But then sometimes you're just like, in what world are you like, yeah, let me take this down the highway with these. They're like radio flyer wheels. They're not even like aired wheels. They're just solid rubber and metal wheels. Only the new designs have unique overworld. Oh, so if I go overworld with someone that isn't a new design, then it'll just be like a regular old Pokemon following me around. That's okay.
So is this a different Moemon than the one you were playing when I first found I started showing up on here?
Yeah, this is Heart Gold. Just got an update from the Moemon community, so I'm starting it up. And then I hear NH was saying there's going to be another update down the pipeline here pretty shortly. And I don't know what shortly means. But yeah, these games are a lot more just like hit the button and talk. I don't have to pay attention as much as like an AC6. I did love Armored Core. That was fun.
Even when he focuses, he still has trouble with it. So, you know, he's got to get something where he can just have trouble and not care.
Exactly. I should just play Factorio and go full autism mode.
And just like have your mouth breathing. Have it just sitting there just like
Miss Drevis? Who's that?
That's a ghost type.
You're not Miss Drevis, you're Mr. Drevis. I'm running. It means shortly. Who means shortly? Oh, nice. Vertex, what are you playing?
This is BattleTech.
Still can't see it.
Yes. Still not sure. Gah!
How do I change the name? There we go.
Hold on,
A
loose.
lot less Mo compared to the other one.
Yes.
Yeah, they've all been very
Moe.
monstrous.
A lot less Moe.
How much less Mo? Yeah, they're much more.
There's a lot more Larry and Curly.
A lot more Simpsons, a lot less Japan.
Oh man,
I played a Dragon Ball Z one. I don't know what it was like. All the Pokemon were Dragon Ball Z characters and whatnot. That was super cool.
Huh. Pokemon were Dragon Ball Z characters. Let's see. Hold on. Pokemon.
Well, Krillin's head does look like a Pokeball, so.
Yeah, you might as well throw it at something.
I choose you. Fails.
Dragon Ball Z team training.
Yeah, that may have been it. It was a lot of fun.
Yeah,
I think it was a mod for the Ruby and Sapphire era. I think it would have been. I think it was Fire Red Mill, maybe.
It's color at least. Yeah, Fire Red. Pokemon Fire Red mod that makes your game all the Dragon Ball epicness you ever wanted. Basically, you have a pet Goku. This is kind of funny looking. Like, it's just straight up, like, Dragon Ball, but... Ah, oh, Jeebles.
Yeah, it's gonna catch you.
Fighting the Cybermen. What a weird concept. Who does that? Krillin for Voltorb and Yamcha for Geodude.
Yamcha for Geodude is pretty great. Speaking of Dragon Ball Z, is anyone excited for Dragon Ball Magic?
What?
What the hell are you talking about?
The new Dragon Ball anime is coming out on Crunchyroll next year.
No.
No.
Dragon Ball Magic is already getting canceled within 24 hours of its announcement.
Yeah, I read this article. It's not actually getting canceled. They're just saying they expect it to get canceled because there was so much backlash against it.
Why is
What
there
is Dragon
backlash?
Ball Magic?
Because people thought that it was going. So there was going to be a new Dragon Ball announcement coming out at New York Comic Con October 7th. It got leaked as to what that announcement was. Everyone was expecting it to be that Super was going to continue, and nope, it's a totally new anime, and people are upset.
The internet is upset. New development.
News at 9.
I'm neither a basketball American or a Latino, so I don't care about the new Dragon Ball.
You should.
Which one am I then? Can I be the Latino?
No, you have to be basketball, I think.
But I'm only 5'8".
Yeah, but I mean, Larry Bird, right? You can't be Latino. You can at least be a white basketball player. You don't have to be good at it.
Larry Bird was good at it, to be fair.
Yeah, but I'm just saying.
I was,
only skin
I was
deep.
Larry
at least
Bird
thinking
had-
maybe like
Larry Bird
Muggsy
had over a foot on him.
Muggsy Bogues.
You could have been Steve Nash. I think he was a little shorter.
So, when you say Dragon Ball Magic, are we talking like Little Witch Academia Magic or My Little Pony Dragon Ball Friendship is Magic?
So the synopsis, the reason people are pissed off is because the synopsis is real close to Dragon Ball GT. Basically, a demon turns Goku and the Supreme Kai into kids, and they have to travel through the universe, beating people up to get back to that demon to get their regular bodies back.
Sounds
That makes
really
sense.
boring.
Because there's always been magic in the Dragon
Yeah.
Ball universe, like Babidi and all that.
Yeah, that doesn't really sound like anything I'd want to watch. I think that's fair.
I'm gonna watch the shit out of it. I won't lie. Like some of the stuff that's been leaked about it, if it's true, I'm gonna watch. I think it sounds great. It's gonna have the majority of the cast is gonna be an entirely new cast of characters, and I'm so down for them bringing in new characters and it not just being the Goku and Vegeta show.
I do
What
love
about
me.
Piccolo.
I mean, I like Piccolo. Piccolo's great. Now he just got a movie. The superhero is basically Piccolo the movie. So
Yeah,
That
Big
was
Orange
good.
Piccolo. White guy liking Dragon Ball. Hold on, there's a Pillow Cube ad first. Who's Ryan Long?
Ryan
the
Long.
name rings a bell, but
I mean, he does
And
comedy
not voting
stuff.
for Biden turned me white. Oh, yo, what's up, my fellow business associate?
Wait a minute.
This was me before the election. Every celebrity, every politician, even my own family warned me that if I was black, I'd vote Biden. But I didn't listen. Then November 3rd, I woke up like this. I'm looking at Kim Kardashian right now.
This is great.
Isn't he
This
a
is
football
beautiful.
player?
No,
He's a
not
football
Ryan Long.
player, isn't he?
No,
Like an
YouTube.
offensive lineman.
is he?
No,
no
there's
way.
no-
This skinny
no,
twig is
these
an
are two
offensive
different
lineman.
people. There's a different offensive
He does look
lineman
pretty
named
skinny,
offense-
so I'm like, the name's familiar.
No,
but I
it
can't
isn't.
figure out why.
He's a completely different person. I know who the other Ryan Long you're talking about. It's not him.
You live his video on sponsored products one? Oh, you love his video on sponsored products.
He has a
Now it
lot
does
of good
nothing for me.
videos.
I'm a black man trapped in a white man's body. I'm a male Rachel Dolezal. I'm a male Dolezal. Finger on the
Wait, what?
trigger. 2 shots on a pinger. Tinger, ginger. Maybe, I don't know, shoot a ginger maybe. People seem to love when you identify as all sorts of things, but now that I'm an actual black man trapped in the body of this dweeb, no one wants to acknowledge it. I used to be like you. Try to get a haircut today at my favorite barber shop. He told me he doesn't cut lettuce. I don't know, maybe I'll do like a Sean
Cut lettuce. That's the best.
King beard and hairline or something. Honestly, I don't know. Now when I holler at girls in the street, instead of thinking I'm a cool guy, they think I'm a friggin' homeless person. Yeah, what's up, girl? How you doing? Okay, sorry.
That's a real reaction.
I'm getting cussed out by white girls now. I can kiss jean suits goodbye. When I put them on now, I look like a friggin' hick. It's a Canadian tuxedo. I'm glad someone's happy. I talked to 50 Cent, Little Pump, Thomas Sowell. They're all starting to turn. Kanye got off the Trump train just in time. It always works out for Kanye, doesn't it? The other day I watched Tyler Perry and didn't laugh once. Adam Sandler, on the other hand, I now love. Yesterday I did sensitivity training at work, and the girl tried to make me admit that I'm racist towards black people. Bitch, I am black! Sorry, I know I came call girls bitches anymore without social repercussions. Try telling people you like Dragon Ball Z as a grown white man. Maybe I'll be like,
There it is. That's how you
Okay.
can start your review of the Dragon Ball magic.
That was fucking good. That was funny.
Try telling people you like Dragon Ball Z as a grown white man. Oh my goodness.
That's why I was so happy when my ex-wife, we met over Dragon Ball Z, and now with the I'm never gonna get another hot wife again. Like that was my one and only shot to be married to another hot girl that liked anime. It's never gonna happen. So
Yeah.
I mean, go to enough cons, you'll find one.
Yes. Yep. I can attest to that.
See?
You think I'll find one, Blaine? Is that what you think?
I mean, I don't know if you want to find one. I haven't figured that out yet. Oh my gosh, we're just getting I'm glad we're finally getting a wall of laughter from Fansite instead of a wall of face palms.
Just you wait. Fansite will pay you back just how you like it.
Yeah, it'll come. Don't worry. I won't let you down. Oh my goodness.
Blaine
You
letting
do
people
this.
down is exactly what people want, so you can't not do it.
You have to serve people what they desire. But sometimes you have to give them what they need, not what they want.
If you go too far outside of expectations, you'll end up like that guy.
Yeah. Exactly. Not you anymore.
Yeah. Go buy Soul's melanin.
Just don't pretend to like stuff she likes. Yeah, be real strict when she's like,
Oh no, I'll be honest and tell her that no, Hell's Paradise is a piece of garbage and we can't be friends.
See, this is what I mean when I wonder if you want.
Good old self-destructive Serranos.
What if she's a contrarian and she decides to agree with you on your contrarian point of view?
What if she's a contrarian though and has to contrary his contrarian point of view?
Oh,
It's gonna be the start of a long.
Serranos is
argument.
gonna start defending Hell's Paradise.
That'll never happen.
He's surprised he had a girlfriend in the first place, being a bargain bin moist critical. Oh,
I
shots
to be
fired.
fair, I put fucking inflection in my words. I have more than just one tone of voice.
I don't know, man. What do you think you're talking about? I only hear the one tone of voice. Oh, that was good. I'm gonna swap Pokemon so I can train. I need a Beedrill. This Kakuna is just sitting there. It sucks.
So, I'm just curious. Now that everybody seems to be out and shopping now that we're far enough out from the pandemic, although some people are still wearing their face napkins.
Yeah, it's cold now. I'm staying inside.
Have the people in your area rediscovered the purpose of the white lines at the red lights yet?
Oh no.
No one's ever known what that means.
I was stopped at one yesterday, and I looked to my left, and there were two turn lanes, both a car length behind the line, and I'm like pointing at the line from my window, like right there. It's right
It's
there.
not gonna turn.
I picked up a tractor to use for the grading, and I've got my big ass Tahoe, giant trailer, and this 3,000-pound tractor on the back of it, and I'm driving, and every time I go to take a left, there's somebody else who's like nose in, and I would just stare at him, and they would finally like see me, and I'm like, this isn't like I can swing it wide and get around you kind of thing. I need you gone. I need you to move.
Yeah.
That was such a pain in the ass. Every single left turn.
I had this thing that happened with me when I was with my dad the other day. We're out getting some food. There was this girl, specifically, it looked like it was a woman.
Was she
I'm pretty
hot?
Sure. No.
Okay.
She was just in her car way behind the line. And it wasn't just that she was behind the line. There was no space for him to drive around to get in front.
Yeah.
And she was parked on the train track.
Oh gosh.
Ooh.
She was parked a full car length back, like on the train track. It's like, how stupid are you?
Man, our train tracks, they get used pretty often at night. But occasionally a delivery BNSF comes down, at 10 a.m. or something. So it's like never sit on those tracks. But like BNSF has to go so slow for like miles of the track because they know there's just gonna be somebody parked on the damn train. And it's like I have seen more of those, like the train beam come down and bounce off of people's like hoods than I think any one human should see in their life.
It's not usually that horrible for people on train tracks here, but there are plenty of trains that come around.
Mm-hmm.
Have you ever seen somebody in a highway that actually has tracks that cross it, just all of a sudden slam on the brakes and stop before it when the lights aren't actuated?
No, but I can believe it.
I mean, I know buses and certain commercial vehicles do have to because of what they may be carrying to make sure it's safe. But there was
Yeah.
this like small little Honda Civic. I'm like, you could have gotten across there already.
I think that's only the short bus though has to do that. At least the access bus is the only one I ever see do that. Yeah, I got a B drill.
Bedrill. Bedrill is now your me drill.
Be me drill. Nah, that's not my drill. I'm not a DeWalt guy. What do you think I am? I'm a Makita man. You a DeWalt fan? I
I
insult
don't have
your
any
heritage.
kind of brand that I ascribe to for tools. I do
I've
not
used
use
Makita.
enough.
They're good. They put up with a lot of abuse.
What's your preference though? Are you one of those like? Are you a Festool man? Are you that
I'm a Markumo Millennium kind of guy.
cool?
Millennium? No, you're Zoomer, I thought.
No, I said Markumo Millennium.
Oh.
Marakumo.
Is Alex more raging about my humming or the somebody
No,
randomly
people.
stopping on the plane tracks?
Yeah, people parking over the line. I think
Probably both.
we'll call him A. We'll call him B. Yeah.
Neither of them are good.
He's going all caps, so he's pretty angry.
Alex has that righteous anger.
Oh man.
But
Yeah, we
only
don't have too
strong-
many highways.
We
with-
feel
only
your
strong
pain,
and-
Alex.
strong
We're
and
sorry
determined
on
man
your
can
behalf.
That's one of those my rail tracks right now. That's one of those times where you come across an issue that was like, oh, this was someone did something illegal, but you're like, but did they really? Like oh, vandalists or vandals today destroyed the traffic cameras that were giving out red light tickets, and you're like, oh no, arrest them. Like there's times where a little bit of village justice is okay.
And how are they going to pay for their department now? They're going to miss out on that second APC.
I have never I know that there are people that pay those tickets, but it's such a I didn't do it, meet me in court, and then no one meets you in court and you get out of it every damn time.
They literally just don't have the time to show up for that. It's like,
Who's gonna show up? The one guy that monitors the camera system? The camera? Like what's going on? I don't know if that still works. It's been a while since I got a red light ticket, but
I've never gotten a red light ticket, and I've ran so many fucking red lights.
oh,
To me, a yellow light just means flip that coin. So
I mean, I remember they first started going in this area, and like I got 4 or 5 because I'm of the same mind. And even more so if I'm taking my free right. If my free right is the last bit of a yellow, and then like it happens to turn red while I'm in the middle of my free right, and they're like, "No, you should have stopped." And I was like, "No, I'm going right. Who is going to be if my lane is going? Who is so quick on the throttle that they're going to hit me as my light is turning red? Like who is this? Like nobody. They're sitting there like with their launch control all primed up, and they're like, yeah, here we go. Like,
Well,
no.
you're in Washington, right?
You
like,
know
are-
it.
Your guys, cameras, are they? Because they had to remove all the cameras where I live. We don't have red light cams anymore because they weren't optimized to take a photo of the driver, just the license plate. And enough people argued in court that you couldn't prove that it was me driving. I could let someone borrow my car, or could be my wife driving or whatever. And so they had to decommission all the cameras where I live. So I
No, we just put in more
Washington,
cameras.
Oh yeah,
So
they haven't yet.
Yeah,
they
so
haven't
now
where I
it'll
live,
get you
thankfully.
from the front too.
Oh,
Come
I have
on.
never heard of somebody getting a ticket from a red light cam, so I'm gonna assume that we don't have them.
Yeah, I don't think you would have them until you hit like maybe Eugene. Like maybe Eugene has them.
No, I was gonna say in Eugene, I don't think they. Well, maybe they're placed in Eugene, but I just haven't run into them.
well, you know,
It's not like I go there very often.
I remember seeing some. I think it was in Columbus, and man, these things are
I
bigger
didn't see them
than
in
the
Salem, or I haven't noticed them in Salem either. So maybe
do you
they're
call
in
it?
Portland.
You just cut off Veritex. These are
Sorry.
bigger than what, Veritex?
the walk signals
Oh,
on the
yes.
ground. But now they've got these cameras they're installing in all the intersections, so you can look on it in 511, and I think they're using some of those to take pictures, and it's not posted that they are.
We have the it's like a big stake next to everything. Like 20 feet from the intersection, so we can get the full view of everything. But like I said, it's been a while since I had to fight one, but they were pretty easy to fight when I was getting them. Some were disabled in the Summer of Love. Oh man, do you guys? Nobody here tracks racing, but do you like the idea of street racing? Is anyone familiar with the Cannonball
No,
Run?
I don't do street racing because I don't need to. I don't have as a source
He
of
said
income.
from his PT Cruiser.
we used to go
I
out
have
to them
street raced all
back
of
in the day.
twice and lost both times. But you know what? It was fun as shit.
Do you remember the movie Cannonball Run?
I
yeah.
love the movie Cannonball
Burt Reynolds, Dom DeLuise,
Okay.
Yep.
a lot of
So-
famous people.
So it's
Jackie
it's a real thing. Okay. The race from New York to LA, 2,900 miles, and let me see if I could find it here. They just put in a outright Cannonball record. Here it is, 2019 in a Mercedes-Benz E36 AMG. These guys put in a 27 hours 25 minutes on the road. That's an average of 103
That's
miles an hour
Bananas.
from New York. And so this was 2019. And then the world shut down and they were like, hell yeah. And they beat it by an hour.
Yeah, imagine how many places just have literally nothing
Then they
around.
beat it by another hour. They were like, oh, okay, cool. They disguised an S6 to look like a Ford Taurus Interceptor, so no one would think of like anything of it. Like that is never going to be broken at this point. Like unless there's like an apocalypse that leaves one road from New York to LA, like you're not going to get people that can do that faster. Average speed of 110 miles an hour for the entire duration of the trip.
That
I just
is
find that
Hunter
fascinating.
Biden levels of fucking insane.
Oh yeah. Across some of the states in which no time exceeded. They never exceeded 175 miles an hour though, which is interesting. I wonder why. Maybe to keep the tires safe. That's probably what. Be my guess.
Well, I mean, the thing is, the roads aren't always that good, so it's more dangerous than you'd think at high speeds.
Oh, I know exactly how dangerous it is. There was a Utah charity event. Yeah, here we go. So here is an Enzo Ferrari. The Ferrari named after Enzo Ferrari. 2002. Gorgeous car, beautiful car. Everybody big fan of Ferraris, and they like their Ferrari. Look at this thing. Beautiful car, right? So Utah has a charity event where they say, hey, we're Utah, which means we're Mormon, which means we have a lot of rich people that have big legacies. So let's shut down a section of highway, have a bunch of these rich dudes drive their crazy cars down the road, and whatever their ticket is that they would have had to pay, we'll donate it to charity. And it'll be this fun little competition. They can place bets to see who will get the biggest one, and it'll go more to charity, all that kind of, right? Bunch of people who want to drive fast on the street. So the cops drive it. And they're like, yeah, everything's good to go. Looks solid. Looks like we can drive. Here's the chunk of the freeway. They're like, yeah, you can definitely drive it super fast, and no problems at all. This is the Enzo Ferrari that the rich old guy was driving.
Oof.
He hit a pothole, and let's see if it tells in this article here. Fast Pass Route 206. He was able to get his Ferrari to 206 miles an hour.
Wow.
And then it hit a pothole, basically, flew for another 100 yards or something like that, rolled over, just absolutely destroyed. He spent, I think, 2 months in the hospital, which is insane that he only spent that much time.
Didn't die.
Quote, I remember very little about the crash. Yeah, no shit. Neurosurgeons care for a year. Yeah, no, some of those roads you don't drive fast on some of them. At least not in a Ferrari. I was afraid I could have dented my wheel. You blew your inner tube on a hidden pothole before my bike got stolen? Oof. That's always the worst.
Dude, there was a big ice storm where I lived one year, and I was driving home from work, and there was obviously when the roads are icy, you don't want to jerk your wheel or anything like that. You're gonna slide off the road. But there was this big chunk of ice on the road, and I was like, well, fuck. I'm coming at this thing of ice. I can't get around it, or else I'm gonna, spin out and go to the ditch. So I guess I'm just gonna tank it, and it ripped a hole through my oil pan, and I died in the middle of an intersection. It was bad.
Ouch.
Oh, you don't go long with zero oil. That's for sure.
Yeah, it was not good.
That's how I lost my first car. I had an old '87 Toyota pickup, and it had an oil leak. And it wasn't too bad, but it was like every month I would have to add another quart of oil. And then I got tired of adding a quart of oil because it went from a month to every week I needed to add a quart of oil. And I was like, you know what? I don't even care anymore. And I just stopped. And then it just eventually stopped as well. So it happened.
I also had, I think mine was 87 as well. Actually, I had an 87 Chevy. It was my my second car. So I'll explain what happened. My first car in a bit. My second car, and I was used to go street perform. I would just load up some big speakers in the back of it with an amp, and then my guitar. And I'd park in the downtown area where there was an outlet, and I would just stand on the back of the truck and put on a show and try and make some street performing money. And I was loading up the truck, and I lived right around a curve. And so I put the speakers in there. I was going downstairs to grab my guitar and my amp. And while I'm downstairs, I hear this loud crashing boom. So I run back upstairs, and someone had come around the curve around where I lived, texting while driving. They're at the time, it was a new 2014, to show you how old this was. And they had just T-bone ran right into my truck. No. Just literally turned it from a lowercase L to a capital L, bro. It was insane. So yeah, lost that bitch. And then my very first car was a '94 Chevy Beretta, and I was rear-ended by a 4x4 with a cow catcher. So my little 2-door Chevy Beretta didn't take the hit very well.
No, I just feel like it loses that one.
Yeah, smashed.
Chevy Beretta.
I love that bitch though. I loved my Chevy Beretta. I got that bitch for $200 on Craigslist. Nothing wrong with it. In perfect working. The only issue was cosmetically the dashboard was all busted up and cracked. That was it.
Funny.
ASC.
Oh, go ahead.
I had a friend in high school who was in the band who had one of those Geo trackers. And
nice.
She pulled in at this convenience store to get gas, and she went to come out, and somebody must have pulled in right behind her and hit her,
Probably on
and,
top of her, giving the tracker.
catapulted it between a highway sign and a telephone pole. Like, if she had been in any other car, they said she probably would have died from the impact because of where it would have hit.
Yeah.
But because she was in a tracker, it like went straight through of it. She still totaled the tracker, but she walked away with almost nothing but a few stitches.
That's pretty. That's insane. So NH says try running face first into a mailbox. Don't ask, bro. When it comes, so I used to live out in like it was in the country, but it was like in a subdivision. So there was like a lot of other houses in the country, and some fucking assholes, I assume teenagers, kept driving with the baseball bats and taking mailboxes. And so
They
after
really
the second
do that?
time of my what?
They really do that in the middle?
Oh yeah, absolutely. And so after the second time of my mailbox getting jacked, I went to fucking Home Depot or Lowe's and I bought one of those big industrial mailboxes, and then I
Oh,
put my
nice.
mailbox inside of it, then poured concrete around it. That way,
Yep.
when they came by the third time, someone would get a broken fucking arm. And it happened, and the cops took my side, and it was great.
That's amazing.
Taught those motherfuckers not to do that anymore.
You see, I was expecting you to just put up a fake mailbox that was full of concrete next to your real mailbox. Like,
No.
so
I
you have
put
to
my
hit that
real
one
mailbox
first.
inside the fake mailbox. That way,
That's
so I
even
like,
more
opened my
intense.
mailbox twice. When I first
Because
did it,
then
the
you could be
mailman
out
actually-
there using it like, oh no, don't break my mailbox.
No, you gotta put the cement inside of a package. That way they're tampering with your mail too.
So yeah, well, when it comes to when I first
think it's
set it up,
already-
the mailman or mailwoman actually, she literally came to my door asking what the fuck was up, like what were you doing? And I was like, oh yeah, just wait, and then it was perfect, it was great.
Why is your mailbox so big but also so small? Still a fantastic deterrent. It is hilarious. I can't imagine being like that bored. You're like, let's go smash some mailboxes. Like, at what point does that cross your mind?
Dude, I grew up in the Midwest, man.
I guess.
There's cow tipping, that's a thing.
I
you
know
ever
cow
do that?
tipping's a thing. We have
Yeah,
that
you
in,
guys probably have
in
cow
Washington.
tipping up there as well.
Yeah, we got cows, but we don't have
None
this.
of my
this
cows ever
mailbox.
got tips, which is nice.
Graffiti is a big thing. That used to be a lot of fun.
For a while there, we would do lazy graffiti, where you just get a bunch of free shipping labels from the post office because they don't charge you till you send them, and you throw your tag on like 100 of these shipping labels, and you just slap them around as you're going through town.
That's awesome. I've never heard of that. That's super cool.
Worked super easy.
Yeah, there's
Plus,
this
you
dude
can
in
use
high
like
school-
Sharpies and like take your time and like all that kind of stuff.
Yeah, there was this one overpass that it used to have a bunch of graffiti under it, and there was this one dude in high school I really didn't like. His name was Alex. I'm not gonna say his last name, but fuck Alex. And
You
so
know
I
who
went
you
over
are,
there and
Alex.
Yeah, exactly. You know who the fuck you are. And no, I just sprayed. I was like 4 tits call, and I put his number, and he was just getting his phone blown up in the middle of the night by dudes trying to get their rocks off. It was great.
There's a guy on YouTube who he cleans up like cement tunnels and stuff because like he's like kids need a place to do graffiti because like he's at the point where like schools pay him to come do murals and stuff. Like that's his like level of like wall art, I guess. But he goes to like some of these like there's needles everywhere and he just films himself like cleaning it up and he's like, we got to make nice places for the kids to go tag stuff, otherwise they're gonna go tag your business. And it's like, yeah, look at that guy trying to help
I
in his
like that
own way.
mentality.
Yeah, use the escape
I
rope.
like, I
No,
think
what if I
graffiti
need it
is
later?
Cool as long as it's well done. Like I like going to places that have like dope ass graffiti. I was in a big city, like I said, for the concert last weekend, and like one of the buildings, this building had like 37 fucking floors. Even for me that lives in a city, like that's fucking big. And on like the second or third to last floor, there was just this massive thing of graffiti. I'm curious who's got the balls to get out there on just like the ledge of a building and spend all this time tagging this gorgeous graffiti. It was bananas.
Yeah, sometimes you're more shocked just that someone got there as opposed to what they actually drew.
Yeah, exactly.
Yep.
Be Kirby with a giant penis, and it'd still be impressive.
Wow, look at that penis. Can you imagine crawling all the way out there to draw that penis?
I couldn't imagine it. That's something I'd do.
That's what I'd do. That sign's I'm sitting down here, safe, looking up at that sign thinking, that guy needs a penis. Like, where's your head at?
Back when I was in a punk rock band and we thought it was super cool to break the law, we had what was called our contraband collection, and it was just our front room. It was just all the like city stuff around the city that we'd stolen in terms of like street signs and fucking traffic cones. Like, did you know you can get fined $30,000 for stealing a fucking traffic cone?
A cone? No, I didn't
Yeah.
know that.
Yeah, that's. I mean, I don't know
totally
what
don't
the
have
rates
any
are where you are,
cones
but
under
yeah,
my-
like not obviously not like one of the fucking little ones, but like one of the big, like 5 foot tall ones or whatnot.
Yeah,
But
the barrel punters.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
So yeah, we had a couple of those. We had a couple street signs and whatnot because we've got a high street where I live, so of course everyone wants to steal the high street sign. So
There's
yeah,
videos on how
contraband
ours
collection.
get there,
It was the song we would usually open with.
Pokeball. Catch Misdreavus. Oh, come on. You went down a rabbit hole on that there? Our videos on how artists get there. Yeah, look at that vein work. Such girth at a grand scale. I can tell from all the way down here the quality of that penmanship.
You should know. It was your mother's handwriting.
Don't play the Keemstar Alex clip. Yeah, don't do that. Can I not catch this thing? Come on. 2 in a row?
You gotta be friends.
I have to be friends
you
with
gotta be the very best.
with Miss Drevis here. I gotta be. Be friends with me, Miss Drevis. Miss Drevis. Anybody watch the Republican debate?
I did.
saw-
Well, I had watched it the day after because it was the same night as the show. But
No.
oh my god, was it a
I saw
shit
Adam
show?
and Sitch talk about it. Yeah, it sounded kind of bad.
It was way more fun to watch Adam and Sitch talk about it than actually watch it, but it was hilarious because you really did have just all these like background voices. They're like, I just speak about the thing, blah blah. Like you couldn't hear and they're like, no, you got to come back and answer that question. And like the start with like we're reaching out to the Latino community. Did you feel reached out to, Serranos?
I felt like I wanted to kill somebody, so that's pretty normal.
That's fairly standard. Okay.
To be
I
fair,
think
the
that's a
Bakes
good way-
were
I think
That's
it's a
killed
you,
good
it.
way
that's
to
you
do it,
reaching
yeah.
out.
Still killed it.
Yeah, that's a pretty good job.
More like Donald Duck. Yeah.
Dude, oh man, Mike Pence was like doing his stand-up routine for almost every question. He would drop a zinger and then wait for the claps and cheers that never came. Like I've
Oh,
seen
yeah.
open mic nights that didn't bomb as hard as Mike Pence's jokes.
Oh my gosh, the Mike Pence. Well, I not the teachers union, but I've been sleeping with a teacher for 40 years. It's like no one wants to think you're a wrinkly old man dick. Get out of here.
Or what's the black dude? I don't even remember. It's like, well, I call it the Build Back Broker plan. It's the
Tim,
Build Back Better.
yeah.
but-
Tim Scott, that's what it is. Yeah, I almost said
Tim
Tim
Scott,
Kaine.
yeah.
Yeah.
Glenn
Bill
Beck
Bagwell.
called it the worst debate of his lifetime, and that Fox is dead now.
Who called
Yeah.
it that?
He said, two of the hosts weren't even Fox contributors.
No,
nor were they
they're-
American citizens.
Yeah, they were some other. It was like some other thing entirely, wasn't it? They said it. At
One
the
of them was
beginning.
Univision, but I don't remember what the other one was.
Univision.
Well, dude, and you could tell it was like there was one dude and 2 chicks, and the chicks shouldn't have been there. They were awful at controlling the room. Like they just let these dudes walk all over them. It was like, yeah, you cannot have female commentators when you
Senator, we'll let you get back to that. There were a couple funny ones though that were like, well, the question was about abortion. Like they would answer like a totally
right,
random.
like, we'll get to China in a little bit. Like
Yeah. Oh, it's so funny. So
I think they should change the debate format to where when they start arguing and they're taking too long, they interrupt and they say, all right, I'm not sure if the audience wants to hear this. Let's poll the audience. Do we want to hear them all say their piece on this? You take a poll, and if the majority says, then all right, you've got
No.
5 minutes.
Here-
You've got 5 minutes. You've got 5 minutes.
Here's how you fix it, nice and simply. You just go Street Fighter style, 2v2v2v2v2. Why do we have 8-7 people out here all yelling at the same time on the stage? No one knows what's going on. Cameras jumping back and forth. There's no seeming order to it. Don Bergerman is just like, I want to talk about what I did in Dakota, and everyone's like, shut up, sit in your corner. Like,
No one even knows if
You're
Dakota's
lucky
a
to
real
be
place.
here.
yeah. Whereas if we had like a tournament of like I want to see Vivek and Krispy Kreme up there, like just going at it, right? That would be great. Have Pence against what's the lady's name?
Haley. Nikki Haley.
Nikki
my
Haley.
God.
Yeah, Nikki
Nikki
Haley.
Haley.
Yeah, or Pence versus Tim Scott. One of the two would be a great back and forth. Like
Pence
I
and
want
Haley are on
a
the same
tournament
team.
arc, right?
Dude, Tim Scott just seems like a super nice but tired Charles Barkley.
Tim Scott seems like he thinks he wants to be there because like a bunch of people were like, "Hey, you should do this." Like,
Oh yeah,
and-
he's in it for the money.
What
Very
money?
obviously.
What money?
The connections, yeah, because you get to be a lobbyist after.
What
you,
is it? Money or connections?
Yeah, connections get
Absolutely
you
not.
more money
Vivek
because you
owned
get
her,
in there.
Megaloid.
Yeah.
Vivek owned Nikki Haley. She looked like a fucking moron out there. Like I thought she did relatively well in the first debate, bro. She lost any semblance of sanity in this second debate.
Why are you so mean this time? Like that was her big line. What was the big pun? AJ is Protag Energy boost any podcast. Yeah. Other than him like controlling the entire discussion, it would be fun to talk to Alex Jones. Bird Keeper. I ain't got time.
Yeah, I'd love to talk with Alex Jones. Like it would just be a blast. I don't think I'd understand a damn thing he says, but I would really like to talk to him.
Once he says a globalist, you'd be like, oh.
Oh, I know that one. No, I absolutely adore.
Freaking films game.
I adore conspiracy theories. I love them so much. Like from aliens to Antarctica to flat Earth.
Yeah, no,
to
but no, he goes
one world
so
government.
hard. Like when he was on Joe Rogan, he's like, and then the interdimensional child molesters will come from the fourth dimension, and they're gonna. I was like, what? Interdimensional child molesters? Let's
Now, see, what
fucking
you don't
go.
understand is we're communicating with them to figure out what they know, but in order to communicate them, we have to use the adrenal. That's where we get the kids scared right before we kill them, and then we can drink the blood, and that blood mixed with DMT gets you so high that you can cross over and actually communicate with these. Like, do you think an iPhone just spawns out of the head of some man? No, it comes spawns out of this interdimensional beings that just want to diddle your kids. Like that, I love it so much on every level.
Didn't he use the phrase "psychic vampires" at one point? Like,
Oh yeah, 100%.
Just wait until he starts talking to you about spirit science.
I
Then you're
remember
really gonna
watching Alex Jones once, and then he went to a commercial break. And I'm like, this sounds like what I would find in my spam box.
Yeah,
It is what you'd find your spam.
It
box.
is.
It's the same people.
yeah. She called him out for pulling out of China before starting his campaign for president. I mean, would you keep your business in China before running for president? That seems like something you should do.
right? Yeah.
What the response should be if someone's like, well, you've been doing business in China. Yeah, because the American regulation makes it suck. I'll make it not suck anymore. Like, there's your quick response, right? But I've got time to think about it. And that's
The
a
other-
real
The
issue.
ones
Is
that
so many
gave us
people.
full ride.
The other fun
I-
thing this week was the Trump ruling about the judge just summarily saying, no, Mar-a-Lago is only worth like
Oh, zinger.
$12 million or something like that.
What?
And then Glenn Beck brings up the area of Palm Beach where it is, and like nearly every property around it is like multiple millions. Like you could probably count 100 just in one swath of houses that are like the size of just one side of Mar-a-Lago, not even the entire property. It was hilarious.
Well, and I love the ruling was like, oh, he fraudulently, claimed that his property was worth X amount of money. It's like, he probably didn't claim shit. Like, you realize it's like county and city assessors that determine property value, right? Like, not the person that actually owns the home or the property. Like, I couldn't go around and be like, yeah, my ranch is worth this much. Like, no, the assessor would do that. That's why they have a job.
Well, and like, what's
Also,
the?
to some respects, if you say your thing is worth less, you don't plan to sell it. You paid less tax.
Well, and it depends on how you're doing it too, right? Like, there's, like you said, the county assessor who's getting like the tax value. Then there's the market value for what someone else would like pay for it, and that's based either on comps of other similar areas, or since Mar-a-Lago is a business, it would be based on. I think the typical rate is 1 year's worth of revenue times 3. That's usually how you calculate it. So all you need is a bad year, like maybe 2020, 2021, and now you can take that revenue times 3, and you're like, oh, you should lower the value on my property. Or you take a big year and you use that instead. So there's different ways to do it.
I find it very, very, like, I know that a lot of people hate Trump, and I get it. I get why people hate Trump, but here's the dealio. When the dude's been doing real estate since at least the 80s.
Yeah, he kind of knows what he's doing when it comes to real estate.
Right. That's got to be the one thing you could say Trump knows what he's doing on his real estate. I highly doubt.
He doesn't know anything. He just had enough money that he couldn't fail. He got a $1 million loan from his daddy.
These people just don't have any idea what money is. They think $1 million is basically the same as $1 billion.
They also think that workplaces should be democratic.
Yeah.
Yeah, they're not exactly.
Speaking of, how you
These
guys
people
feel
think-
about that writer's strike ending? Now that workplace is being democratic, the day after the writer's strike ends, we get live action Bambi is going to be made for modern audiences.
Oh no!
No.
Oh no!
It's Jon
Whatever
Favreau
shall I
project,
do?
Isn't it?
Actually,
I
what they should
don't
do
know.
is fast forward to the end, and then Bambi becomes zombie Bambi, and then film from there.
There you go. You're thinking of how it would be done well. That's the problem. You're not thinking about how it would be done for modern audiences.
I want them to go all in. Like, if they're gonna do it for modern audiences, go all in. I want Bambi to identify as a fucking dolphin.
No, the skunk needs to be trans, right? Somebody has to be.
Thumper, the bunny. I've never actually seen Bambi, so I don't fucking know. Like,
You're high off that we're called democratic. Yeah, that's the thing. Anyone who's like, you know what, all the people should vote together as to what happens, and you should get like the value you bring in revenue. It's like, you never worked with other people, have you? You think you have good ideas. I know you don't, but everybody else has worse ideas than you.
We're talking about Hassan, though.
that's why I don't. Oh, sorry, go on, Serranos.
We're talking about Hassan, though. Are you really going to say people on average have worse ideas than Hassan? I don't think so.
I will say yes, because Hassan is at least smart enough to like hold the view that makes him money and not ever go anywhere that's gonna like challenge and shake that.
And
Like-
you want to know what? That makes Hassan so goddamn similar to Trump, but he won't ever admit that.
He's just on the other end.
No, like in terms of people's ideas at work, like there's a reason, because my bosses have told me multiple times, they're like, you could get ahead if you went ahead and put forth more ideas, how we can make things more efficient and whatnot. And obviously, I'm not going to say this to my
Ain't getting
boss,
our pay for
but my
that.
thought process is I'm not going to do that, because I've seen all my other peers do that, and their ideas always suck. You implement them anyway, but they fucking suck. I've actively seen stuff with this job get worse because you're implementing people's new ideas. Just because it's a new idea doesn't make it a better idea. I don't think that I could come up with anything, that makes things run more efficiently. It's IT. IT is already pretty fucking efficient on account of we got servers and switches and firewalls. This stuff is working.
Actually, I don't think
it.
you know IT if you think it's all efficient.
Well,
I've worked in
when-
IT. It ain't
when-
efficient. I'm sorry.
When I say it, 'cause no, you're right. It's
But
not
could you
efficient.
make it
What
better?
What I mean is, I don't think we can make it more efficient. And I've seen the ideas that my department has put forward, and they're either lateral moves or steps backward. I'm not going to put forth ideas just to look good for putting forth an idea. Like, no, what we had so far was working. All the really good ideas are going to cost you $10,000 plus or more yearly. Like, hey,
You're gonna
let's
stare
move-
at me and be like, "Yeah, I can't implement that." And I'm gonna say, "Yeah, I
Exactly.
knew,
Hey,
knew
let's
that."
move
The first
everyone
part you start
over
off with,
from
okay, so this is gonna cost some money, and then they're like, we're gonna have to hold you right back there.
Right. When you say you want ideas, what you mean is you want free ideas. They ain't no such fucking thing nowadays.
They just don't want to have to workshop it themselves. We'll get some on the boots ideas, then we won't have to sit here in our boardroom and figure it out. Come on, Rattata, you got this. No, it quick attacked me first.
It's still gonna die because of the burn.
It better.
No, what they want is they want your idea so they can present it and then explain why they can't afford it, so they can put up their worst idea and it looks better because they made your idea look worse.
Right, yeah. There's business 101.
God, I hate that. So annoying.
Yeah, it's like that's another thing. It's like if you actually have a good idea, do you think you're gonna get any credit for it?
Right, no.
No, highly unlikely.
That's why you have to name your idea something about you.
Yeah, like that's why I can say like work is like okay, like we can definitely make this better, but it actually costs more money, and they're like, yeah,
Qui lava.
because they would determine no, you were not going to make more money overall by spending more money.
For a moment, I thought you said, "Come on, retard." I mean, that is most coworkers.
Oops, something died.
Nah, Blaine would have the stones to hard R it.
Yeah, I think I am.
You
That's our
got the
word.
Zephyr what?
I don't know. I didn't pay attention.
You're talking about me? It's like I finished my thing. What I was saying.
No, I don't know. I don't know what's going on.
I don't really know what Veritex does most of the time. I'll see his comment in Discord, and it's just like I really don't know what you're talking about.
Yeah, you can figure out what Veritax is talking about. You just got to go back a few pages.
I don't know, Veritex is so nice and polite in the Discord. He's so worried about offending everybody. I was like, oh, it's adorable.
I don't want to say this if it's going to ruffle some feathers, but say it. Why? Don't worry
I
about
want
me.
to see them feathers so fucking ruffled the bird turns to a porcupine. Like,
Birds a porcupine.
Hey Leon, say something bad about Evangelion, even if you don't believe it.
You can't. There's nothing bad you can say about that show.
I don't know if this is a hot take or not. End of Eva fucking sucks.
You want to know
and
what was
should-
bad about Evangelion? It was too short.
Yeah, I need
No,
no.
End
it's
of
perfect.
Eva should not exist, and it should have ended where the actual anime cuts.
Do
Huh?
you think Blaine is that an acceptable opinion?
That's an interesting opinion, because for like a year, 2 years, it basically did end right there, and then End of Eva came out to show us what what was happening in the real world while everything else was happening in Shinji's brain. That is
That's an opinion.
I don't disagree, because I also I watched the original series, and then it wasn't until like 3 or 4 years later that we got End of Eva.
See, I didn't watch Eva until End of Eva was out, so I saw it all consecutively.
Oh, you did
so that
consecutive?
might
Interesting.
that might change my perspective. Yeah,
'Cause-
if I had to wait a couple years and then see it, that may have changed my perspective. But I saw it all in one sitting.
Yeah, there were definitely years where I was like, "Wow, that was crazy," and then we got to see that, and it was less of a this is the real ending and more of a here's the alternate what's happening
Right,
out
yeah,
in the world
if
at
it
the
had
same
been,
time.
you
It
know,
was like, oh, that's
marketed
kind of
like
cool to
that.
see that part.
Yeah, if it had been, if I'd had that mentality going in, and by the way, I said End of Eva fucking sucks. I don't actually think it fucking sucks. I do like End of Eva. I just don't think it's necessary. So, but again, it's because of how I watched it. So, like going at it from your point of view, I could definitely see what you mean. But yeah, it was it's I like Eva. I talk shit on Eva all the time, but I mostly talk shit on Eva to upset Eva fans because I do think Eva is overrated, but that doesn't mean it's bad. Like I think that people, a lot of individuals who love Eva are like super elitist about it, and it's to the point that it's the greatest, deepest anime of all time. Like,
All time.
I don't know. Have you seen Serial Experiments Lane? Like I put that
Still
above
like
Eva.
a puddle
So.
compared to the ocean that is Ava.
What?
Lane is a puddle compared to the depth of Ava.
And create a much smaller puddle than Ava.
I love Ava. It is such a great series, and there's so much. Like there are people that are just like they wet their pants about it, and I will make fun of those people. But also, there's a lot of people that are like, it's just whining. Like I lived with that for so long.
I'm fucking tired of the Shinji's a bitch argument. Even I push back on that all the goddamn time.
It's like it's not like. Did you even watch the same show as me? Like, what are you talking about? But I gotta defend it, man. I gotta rise the occasion.
No, like I love Ava, but I hate most Ava fans. Masato alone makes Ava worthy of existing. Like obviously, there's a lot of great shit about Ava, but Masato alone is enough to make Ava, earn its right to exist.
That is the truest of things. What is this guy?
The problem with Shinji is
he's fat.
You walk in and you think, oh, he's a kid, and he's gonna be asked to do these things, and he's gonna end up being awesome. But you forget that. Look at all the trauma he went through before he even got there.
Yeah. And I think there's a reaction too from a lot of people where when you watch anime and you're watching Gundam and you're watching all these cool things and you're like a kid, you're like, I love exciting stuff, and you're all stoked about all this, and then you watch Evangelion and the kid is like, I don't want to do it. I hate you, Dad. And you're like, wait, no, be cool. And the whole time you're upset that he's not being cool and being the hero, but like that's literally the point of that character. And I think that juxtaposition for a lot of people of like, why was he not cool? And they when they watched it, it was during that time where they had these thoughts.
Bro wears a button-up short-sleeve shirt. Why the fuck do you think he's gonna be cool?
Exactly. And just people who watched it at that age with that brain of like, I want my hero to be my age and also cool, just didn't really latch onto it. Because I hear that so much.
That's an archetype I fucking hate. I hate the young hero archetype. Like that's why I do love Dragon Ball so much, because it actually has grown-ups as the main characters. Like I get so fucking sick of watching anime where these 14 and 15-year-old kids know better than all the adults. Like no. I'm almost 30. I've been a 14 or 15-year-old. Ain't no fucking idea I ever had about what was right and wrong with the world was actually correct. I'm so tired of these dumbass young idealist kids that turn out to be right in anime.
It happens all the time. It was cool to see the opposite, for once. Oh no!
My serious stuff happened after watching Akira. Akira definitely wasn't the first serious thing I watched, but it is one of the greatest of all time. Like I can't knock it. Akira's incredible.
It is. We used to joke about Akira all the time at the gun shop.
Electrike kind of looks like
yes,
the character from Masamune Kun's Revenge, the one that was the assistant to Aki.
Oh yeah, with the hair clips.
I need you to evolve this Electrike ASAP, because its evolved form is my favorite Pokemon of all time, and I gotta know what a Manectric Moemon looks like.
Okay.
It's gonna look cute.
It's gonna be cute. I gotta get to the. I gotta heal it up. Run! By the way, there's something interesting Moemon in the ruins. Oh, is that where I just was?
Shonen Jump pushes teens on mangakas, though. We just barely got Kenshin because he looked younger than he was. No. So let me. I don't mind young characters if they're well written, but so many of the archetype of the young hero is all the fucking same, and it's boring, it's generic. They always have the same set of ideals, anime to anime to anime. Like Deku is the same as every other young teen from fucking anime in the 90s and early 2000s. Like Yu Yu Hakusho, Yusuke is technically a young hero archetype, but he's different. He's an idiot. He's a bit of a bad boy. He's a delinquent. He doesn't really want to be the hero until he's more or less forced into it. And even then, he complains about it the whole time. Like I like, again, like Shinji, I like these young hero characters that are not just the idealistic goody two shoes that for some reason are always right at the end.
You need people that are less competent than you because it makes you feel insecure.
So you're not a Gohan fan then, I guess.
No, Gohan's A-okay. Like, again, Gohan didn't want to fight. He didn't want to be the hero. I like Gohan.
Well, and I think the issue too is as soon as you draw the character as an adult, then you're drawing like a seinen, like an adult manga, and it's like, well, we can't have him do the shonen trope stuff, and so you never get like fun save the world. I shouldn't say never. You often don't get the fun save the world aspect when your main character is an adult.
Yeah, that's true. Like saving the world is always like a chore, like I'm too old for this shit thing. Like,
yeah.
I mean, if you're gonna send somebody to save the world, it should probably be the grizzled 35-year-old who's in his prime as a fighter.
There's a reason
That's
Old Man
me.
Logan has the following he has.
Oh, exactly. Yeah.
So Leon, would you rather take a vigilante show or a character over young hero archetypes? I would have said yes a few years ago, but the vigilante anti-hero shit has been so played out since Deadpool exploded that once again that's kind of it's falling into a similar trap of everything in that archetype is getting so generic and whitewashed now that it's hard to find good ones. So like in theory I would like that, but I haven't seen a lot of it in practice.
Not really the same as that, but do you like Invincible?
I haven't seen Invincible. I've heard it's really good. I thought Invincible was literally just going to be an animated copycat of The Boys. I've since learned that's not entirely accurate, but that's what I thought it was, so I hadn't watched it.
I was thinking of The Boys myself when you said anti-hero, so I was like, let's go for something different. I was like, The Boys really has a lot of flaws.
Yeah, I mean, again, I've said on, I think I've said on here, I love the comics for The Boys. I know that you don't, Serranos, but
I don't do comics at all, yeah.
But no, like, because I was a massive Deadpool fan since about 2004 or so, because I was lucky my dad was a comic book nerd and an anime nerd growing up. So, like, there's a lot of these characters I knew about well before the movies, and so I loved Deadpool. And then, Deadpool started showing up in every meme, and everyone only wanted to talk about his, fourth wall breaking, lighthearted, jokey side, and they never saw, like you don't have to, be dark and gritty to be good, but I don't like when that aspect of characters is ignored. So when people, like, didn't understand Deadpool as a character that, yeah, he's funny and whatnot, but there's also a dark, grisly side to the Deadpool source material, and people only using the funny chimichanga stuff for their memes and whatnot got real fucking fast.
Yeah, there's like the side of Deadpool that's more nihilistic and just does not care about really just life. Because it really doesn't mean anything to him because he's
death.
Yeah, because he's
Right.
just he can't die, so it just really doesn't mean.
Now, I think the
anything to him.
movies did handle that aspect really well. I was very happy the movies did that well. I hope they maintain that with the third movie, with it being under Disney and all, who knows. But I actually liked Deadpool a lot more than I thought it would, because I thought for
carry
sure
over
it was
the
going to be a bastardization. What?
Did they carry over the director? Because that's the most important thing. So.
Well, even the second one didn't have the same director.
I only watched the
Yeah,
first
he
one.
he left to go direct Sonic.
Did you guys ever
That
play
wasn't
the
a huge failure.
Deadpool game for PS3?
I never played it, but the little bits I've seen of other people playing it, it looks
Oh,
fun as hell. It looks
funny.
like a really
Oh.
simplified Devil May Cry.
Yeah, good game, good humor. It stays a little more comic accurate with he's got like the voices talking in his head and all that kind of stuff. So very enjoyable. The X-Men show up, so you have a little bit of fun with Wolverine and all that.
See, Wolverine's a character that I appreciate, but I was never a huge fan of. Like when it comes to the X-Men, I was never a big Wolverine fan. I like a lot of his solo outings, but in the X-Men, I don't give a fuck about Wolverine. I think there's so many better characters.
That's funny. One of the first comic books I ever bought. Like my dad collects, so he's got like a bunch. But we were at the store, and there were 2 Sonic comics from the old Archie comics, and
The best run.
yeah, they were. It was like
pun
Sonic
intended.
in like the desert, like wandering, and I've just picked up these random volumes. I had no idea what happened before the stories I read, and then I picked up it was Wolverine, but he didn't have like steel claws or adamantium claws. He had bone claws, and I was like,
Oh yeah, you were
I was like,
the
what the
yeah,
hell
you're
is
talking
this?
so the Wolverine Origins movie, which is not a good movie, but I think it's more hate than is deserved. Actually adapted that arc. So yeah, there was these Wolverine Origins comics that showed him
Yeah,
being
where like
born
Magneto
in the
sucks
1800s.
his adamantium out or something, and it's like
No, so well, I mean that's happened as well before. But no, there's a period of Wolverine stories that take place before he got the adamantium put inside of him, and like the claws, his natural mutation was the healing factor and the bone claws. And then the adamantium just coated those. So it was a retcon. But yeah, it's reading old Wolverine comics, not old Wolverine comics, Wolverine comics that cover the older life of Wolverine, or the younger life in this instance. Yeah, we're super cool.
Yeah, I think this was after that, because he was like complaining about like not having his adamantium at like one point.
Oh, okay.
I remember just reading it being like, I don't know what the hell's going on here. Those are the first and like only comics. Well, I guess no, I've got my Power Rangers comics. Never mind. I bought comics later when I was like 30. So
I have a Power Rangers versus Godzilla comic sitting on my bookshelf over there.
versus Godzilla?
Yeah, Power Rangers versus Godzilla.
Man, those are my 2 favorite things from childhood.
Huh. I don't know. My computer's actually where I'm gonna restart.
Okay,
Whoa,
see you
whoa,
in a
I
minute.
didn't defend Origins, Alex Moore. I guess I kind of did. All I said was that it gets more hate than is deserved. It's just still not a good movie at all. I do think there are worse X-Men movies, worse superhero movies in general. It's like a 4.5 out of 10. As much as Blaine hates number rankings, it's like a 4.5 out of 10 when there's some straight up 1s and 2s out there.
So we talked to Mark the Cyborg yesterday, and I had watched a video of his where he says like, "Oh, I hate number rankings," and then today I watch a clip of his, and he's like, "I give this one a 10 out of 10 for $10." I was like, "Damn it, Mark!" At least he qualified it that the $10 Resident Evil Ada Wong stuff is just worth the $10. Didn't
No,
really-
I haven't even played it, and I will say it's not worth the $10, and here's why: because it was on the original fucking version of the game. It wasn't paid DLC. You don't remake a game and then charge what was in the original as DLC for more goddamn money.
Greedy.
I mean, you do, and people pay it.
People are retarded. The people that paid that are people who are either overly obsessed and don't care about the product, or didn't play the original to begin with. And if that's the case, I'm sorry. If I'm voted president, I'll make it a law. If you've not played the original source material or read the original source material, then you cannot interact with the new shit. By law, you'll had to play the original Resident Evil 4 before you could buy the Steam Resident Evil 4 remake.
Okay.
I'm passionate, bitch.
What if their wife is Asian? Are they allowed to pay for the Ada Wong DLC?
After they buy the original game, which has the Ada Wong shit in it for free.
Okay. I'll have to ask him.
Go out and buy Resident Evil 4 for $10 fucking because it's 2023. Play that, and then you can spend your $60 on Resident Evil 4
Can't go
remake.
wrong with Wong. It's true. Because it rhymes. That's how we know it's true.
And Ada Wong, I mean, I won't say she's not hot, Alex, but she's not a top tier Resident Evil babe. Like, I'm sorry, Jill beats Ada Wong every time.
Is it because Ada? I only ever see her in the dress. Does she wear the dress the whole game?
In the original versions, not in the modern Capcom games. It bothers me they gave her more of a tactical outfit. The whole point of Ada was she was supposed to be the femme fatale archetype, running like high heels and a slinky cocktail dress and still fucking up zombies. That was part of her allure. and to put her in combat gear, just, oh, it pisses me off.
What is this?
But no,
Yeah.
I like Ada. I like Ada fine. I think Ada's cool. Her voice actress in this remake sucks, but you know it is what it is.
Yeah, you can't fix everything. Jill and Tifa. Why that combo?
Because those are like those are two of the big three of fucking like female characters from the '90s in video gaming. It was
Is the
Tifa,
third
Jill, and Lara
Samus?
Croft.
Oh.
Yeah.
Those
Lara
are the
Croft.
big three of bad bitches in gaming in the '90s.
I think you mean Big Six.
Oh,
It's a replica of an ancient
I don't think
Pokemon.
Samus got enough appreciation until the Prime games.
Yep, I think you're
What?
entirely correct.
To the Prime games?
Yeah. Because the Prime games were early 2000.
Yeah, but like
Yeah.
Super Metroid was the shit for so
No, I'm
long.
talking about for.
I think it
Metroid
was
2 on
mainstream
Game Boy
for
was
masses.
like awesome.
like Zero Suit.
Nobody played Metroid 2 on Game Boy, and you know it.
I did. I beat it.
I did. Me.
I did. I just coming out of college.
I don't think I was
Like,
in
Lord,
college
I'm gonna
when
pretend
I
I
beat it.
didn't see that comment, or I'm gonna go on a fucking
I'm
rant.
not even sure if I was in high school yet.
What was the first time Zero Suit Samus was actually like playable in a game?
I
Was it
think
Smash?
Metroid
Justin
Fusion?
Bailey. Or is that
Did
the
think
Metroid
Metroid
Zero
Fusion.
Mission?
Or
Oh,
the
sorry, I
original
think
code.
yeah, Zero Mission, not Fusion.
I don't
Zero
remember
Mission.
when Zero Mission came out.
2004, I think. Hold on.
I was gonna say you didn't get any kind of extended time with Samus like outside of her suit up beyond that.
Yeah, the Zero
Yeah,
Suit
2004.
itself.
February 9th, 2004 is Zero Mission.
It's pretty well known by the time by Super Metroid, but yeah.
Yeah,
I can't
no, so
remember if the original Metroid, it was like a secret password to unlock,
Yeah, there was for
Her?
the original Metroid.
or if there was something that you did in game that then made it happen. I don't
both.
well,
remember.
But
It's
both.
double,
You either
so-
beat it on hard mode and that would show it, or there was a code. Yeah.
It basically, if you beat it fast enough, Samus would take off her costume and be in sort of this red leotard thing. So this thing right here, or you could use the code Justin Bailey, and that would let you play the game in the little pink costume the whole
Yep.
time. So technically, this is kind like the original Zero Suit, but the actual like blue Zero Suit as we know it today didn't come out until Zero Mission.
And I don't think that Justin Bailey was well known in the old days because the internet was not as big.
I think you'd be surprised how many people knew about Justin Bailey back in the day. It's one of those things that the internet's like so easy to find stuff, and you're like, oh, of course we know because we got the internet. But like the playground spread of my cousin's older brother said, and it was its own network.
Yeah, but
of
also
information.
half that stuff was just completely made up.
Yeah, but
that was the problem with cheat codes and stuff back then was decipher. Because man, let me tell you, I spent hours trying to do some shit in Sonic Adventure that turns out was absolutely not legit.
Yeah, I remember somebody telling us
What were you trying
that
to
they
do?
had found a chocolate factory in one of the original Super Mario levels and how to go do it, and we tried for weeks and
well,
couldn't
it was
figure out.
just a butthole.
Got trolled.
Should I give Rattatas Rock Smash?
Because so you can do the thing. I mean, you're not going to keep Rattata for the whole game, so you might as well. Don't give it to your starter.
Yeah, because you can reuse HMs, right?
Yeah.
SM64L is the real myth. Is real the myth.
Also, I assume because it's a Moemon, it's a remake, that you'll be able to get rid of HMs anyways.
You had websites back then doing compilations of cheat codes. Oh man, what was the
Yeah, back in '84.
GameFAQs? GameFAQs.net, I think, was the one where people would put together text documents that were their walkthroughs, And I remember the old Wind Waker walkthroughs because they would make like ASCII art of Zelda to start the like walkthrough, and then you'd get into the guide and they would ASCII art the maps for the level, and you would be like, "Oh, this is amazing! I can do this!" Like, because you wanted
You know
to
what's interesting about that?
100% that game.
Metroid existed 9 years before GameFAQs did.
Really?
Yeah.
That's crazy.
That's what it says. Like, the internet was not as big. You say people talk about it in there, but I don't think people are gonna find out Justin Bailey code that easily unless it was like in magazines.
It was literally in Nintendo Power.
I was about to say,
and
yeah,
then,
Justin Bailey was in Nintendo Power though.
Yeah, that makes sense then.
and then spread around the playgrounds. That's all it took was one kid to read it.
Yeah, if it was in Nintendo Power, that makes sense. But I was gonna say otherwise. If it's
I
not in
actually,
magazines,
dude, I
people aren't just
still
gonna
have
randomly figure that
it's in my
out.
storage unit right now, but I have an issue of Nintendo Power from like I think 2005. That's like advertising the Wi-Fi on the DS system. How you can go into a McDonald's and play Pokemon Diamond and Pearl, and like it's all frayed and fucked up, but I still have that issue of Nintendo Power. I refuse to get rid of it.
That guy just called me up to tell me he killed a spider. Why did he do that? Rock smash.
Rogue Attraction was asking on Twitter today if in the Pokemon universe people eat Pokemon, and I had to link
Yes.
to him the far-fetched Pokédex entry.
Oh, a Farfetch'd Pokedex entry that tells you that?
Yeah, Farfetch'd is they're almost extinct due to the fact that they've been hunted and eaten.
That one I didn't know. I always go to the Magikarp, like steamed.
Oh yeah, Magikarp says that as well, doesn't it?
It has no other purpose, right? Slowpoke tail is nutritious. Here we go. Here's the screenshot where they're like dreaming about Magikarp sashimi. Slowpoke tails, yep. Okay, I don't want to kill this thing, but I don't want to die.
Oh, Alex Moore says he has the original Star Fox issue still. That's sick.
Oh man. I love Star Fox. That was a fun game back in the day. It was the first game that I remember playing that had like multiple paths. That was the coolest thing. And they were always weird to get. At least it was 64 where you hung right or left on a level and like blew something up and it would open a door that would like let you go on this path that would take you to this planet instead of the normal path for the normal planet. That was so much fun to try to find all of that.
I think the first game I played that did something like that was Super Mario World, because you could find like the hidden keys that would take you to different levels,
weird
and you could eventually get, like the
exits.
Star World.
Yeah. Where do you think Moo Moo Milk comes from? Hopefully not a Tauros. Uh-oh.
Yeah, I liked the original Star Fox on the SNES, and that was the only one I played until Star Fox Adventures on the GameCube. I didn't play.
Oh wow.
Or Star Fox.
That's some
right over.
whiplash. I played the. Did I play the SNES one? The only game I remember playing actively on the SNES was like Link to the Past and Bomberman. Those are like my biggest memories. And Metal Warrior when I was at my cousin's.
I was late to the party on Bomberman. I didn't play Bomberman until I think it was a PS1 Bomberman game.
Oh man, Bomberman 64 was the best. That game had a full adventure mode and everything.
Dude, speaking of full adventure modes, does anybody remember Pac-Man Adventures? It was a Pac-Man game. Dude,
No.
I loved that game. Like, it had a full-on
think
story
so.
mode and everything.
Wait, is that the one that's on the GameCube? And you could plug
Yeah, it was on
in?
GameCube and PS2, and it was like full 3D, and you ran through levels as if they were like fully rendered, and it was super.
Okay,
I remember it being fun. I haven't played it in years. I don't know if it's good, but I liked it as a kid.
If it was the one on GameCube, then it must have been the one that we would play you could plug in 3 controllers to the GameCube that would be, you'd each be a ghost, and then the 4th port on the GameCube would hook up to the Game Boy Advance, and whoever had the Game Boy Advance, they were Pac-Man, and the ghosts were on the TV screen, and the ghosts can only see like a little bit around where they are, so they know if they can go up, down, left, right, but then Pac-Man can see the whole board the way you normally play Pac-Man. And it was
that's
such a,
super cool. I didn't
such
know
a
about
weird
the,
multiplayer thing. Bomberman 64 was the stuff. Yes, it was. You don't know it from Scott the Woz. Weird seeing Pac-Man as a 3D platformer. GameCube. Let's see if I'm... Oh my gosh. Can I get an image that is... Thank you. They're like, look at this image. It's 165 pixels. Here we go. So this is what it looked like for the ghosts. Like, they would only see, like, kind of what's
that's
around
super
them.
cool. Yeah, I never
then-
played if there was multiplayer in the game. I never played that aspect of it.
Yeah, and then whoever had the it's that whole asynchronous time. Like, what was the other one that came out and everyone was like, oh, it's asynchronous multiplayer or whatever. But I was always like, you know, the GameCube did that. Like, my sister helped me play Wind Waker by plugging in the Game Boy and having Tingle Tuner, and she would like blow things up for rupees, and like that's all you could really
met somebody
do.
in real life who used the Tingle Tuner. You and your sister did.
Yeah, because I mean
I've
she's a couple
only
years
read about
younger
that
than
as
me.
a legend on like game site forums. Holy shit!
No, it's legit, and like it would be super funny because I would be like in battle, and then she'd be like, "Can I spend rupees?" And I'd be like, "Yeah, whatever." And then just some dude would explode, and you're like, "This is great. I love this." But it was such a pain to set up. There were only a few times that we really like sat down and actually did it, because you had to like connect everything and then turn on the tuner, and then you had to be in certain areas for it to work, and then it would like stop working after a cutscene. You have to reactivate it. Like it was kind of a bitch to do. So I could see not a lot of people wanting to do it.
Why is your mech spinning, Veritax?
Veritax is broken.
He's
Why is XQC on screen?
You know, Chad. It's Chad.
I'm jumping off over there. What are you going to do with that, man?
That's a good clip. Good clip. Thought that was just pretty great because gotta love XQC. I remember talking about him earlier, so I wanted to bring that one up.
Yeah, he's a good punching bag. Based gleb. Gleb. I only have one
Gemini.
Pokeball. Oh no.
And here's a clip I was thinking of bringing up before I saw that one in my feed.
I may have to save scum this and see if I can.
All right, Luke.
When does the dice roll for a Pokemon capture?
I have no idea. I'm not a Pokemon fanatic. I don't know how the RG works.
Like if I just save scum it at the beginning.
Ah, there you are.
Oh, I love this guy.
Was beginning to think you weren't coming. Master. Good. Maybe I'll stand more of a chance this time. Let us begin. It's over, Master. I've won. Anakin, what was that? Is your lightsaber malfunctioning? No, Master. It's a new strategy I've come up with. You just turned it off in the middle of a duel. Why? It's an easy way to get your opponent off balance so that you can destroy them. It's also very funny. Anakin, be mindful. I wouldn't call that a very sound strategy. I'm being mindful, Master, just unconventional. Anakin, please. I'm the only Jedi in the last 1,000 years to have defeated a Sith. I think I know what I'm talking about. No one else uses it. No one else expects it. That's why it works. All right, let's go again.
That's what it works.
Why?
Right, Anakin, I'm going to need that to stop. As Jedi, we're taught not to have attachments. And I'm not attached to the normal lightsaber curriculum. You're just making me stumble all over the place. This is hardly training. I don't see the problem, Master.
I mean, it
Never
works.
put you on the council if this is what your lightsaber training has devolved to. Well, if they did, I would be teaching all of the younglings a lesson. But you're sacrificing all of your defense. You just turn it off and they stumble and you turn it back on really quickly. It's really not that much of a problem. It's not a viable strategy then, Master. You should be able to beat me. One more round.
I'm waiting for him to say he got the idea from the IT guy
As
on
you
the
wish,
balloon
Master.
Yeah.
army. Turn it off, turn it back on.
We have to show this to Master Yoda. That's a good idea, Master. Master Yoda. Master. Anakin, I believe we're in a lot of trouble.
He fell over. Just like he stepped into the like bathroom and it was like wet, just slips. Ah!
Is
It's
it
like-
me, or does
it's like a-
Leon have the same hair as Obi-Wan in this art?
He does.
Yeah, a lot of what it is, or part of it is a criticism of just like how lightsaber battles goes, because they always try to attack the lightsaber and not the person.
Right.
So when you try to attack the lightsaber, you try off.
You're defenseless. I just turn it back on real quick. It's really not a problem.
It's really not that hard.
Yes, we got a Geodude.
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 Yeah, I was gonna say you gotta rename it officially. We have to change its name in Pokemon. Doesn't make sense.
Geomoe. Did I make sure it was yeah, we're good to go. Still holding true.
No naming.
Ladies. Oh, where are we going? The ruins of Alf. I've made it. Welcome to this chamber! Ancient Pokemon! Touch a piece and slide it and move it around. Everything should be able to put them back to where they were. Okay. Pokemon. So I just do click. Click. Click.
That is a complicated puzzle. I don't know how you're
Oh,
gonna
no.
figure this out.
Oh no. I got it wrong. I guess I didn't.
No, that doesn't look bad, but you could try the.
What's the full thing?
I gotta make a little Kabuto.
Oh,
like
okay,
that.
cool.
Yeah, it's a fossil.
Yeah, I'm
piece them back
playing on a
together.
DS. That doesn't look the best on stream when I've got the tiny game where I'm actually doing the puzzle. Did you just come down from above? Yes, I have descended. I am an angel. That's wonderful. Unnown. It records unnown as you capture them? What? I've never seen unnown. Unown? Which is it? Is it unnown or unknown?
It's supposed to be unknown.
Unknown. Unknown? Phew. Cool. Now I can collect unknowns. Alright, well that's nifty. Is that what I had to get, NH? Am I good with the ruins of Alf? Maybe I talk to these people now. Be like, hey, look what I did in the ruinous Alf. Collect the Uggs nouns. Ugg boots. Oh, it's almost Han Solo season, everybody.
What?
It's almost Han Solo season.
What is Han Solo season?
I'll show you.
I know what he's talking about. I'll let you find out.
Oh,
It's almost
that's
time.
great. I one time played a show with a band called Han Trio, and it was 3 dudes who only covered songs that were done by other trios, and they all went on stage dressed like Han Solo. It was super cool.
Yeah, since you're not playing Fire Emblem right now, I think it's the perfect time to watch a Fire Emblem video.
Oh, you want to watch Fire Emblem video?
I want to watch a Fire Emblem video. I think Leon would have a lot of fun with that one.
Yeah,
There's never
I
a
think
good
I'll
time
take
for
that
that.
as my cue to exit. Good night, everybody.
So yeah, let's set the stage here. This person who
You sure you don't want to watch
is-
Yandere Dev touching 17-year-olds?
No, I don't. I don't actually
Okay.
want to watch that. So yeah, set the stage here. You have Fire Emblem in the Fire Emblem community. People want to talk about units and which units they think are best. Well, how do you judge that? You put in a kind of generalized criteria for how to judge them between each other. It's like you say this unit A is really good without any investment. This unit B can be really good, but it takes more investment. So they're both good units, but this one's a little bit better because it's easier to get going. You don't have to put extra stuff into it. I got the red lights. You
What?
No, I'm still here,
got
Alex.
the red lights playing.
Oh, I've got red lights already. Uh-oh.
Well, this is a 45-minute video. We're not going to finish it.
All right, we'll watch it on Monday.
Okay, yeah, we can skip.
We'll
I'll
do
bring
that.
up a short one.
What's the
if
red
I'll
light
finish
mean? Is
next
that new?
15 minutes.
No, so the lights behind me are smart. So whenever it's my wife wants me to go to bed, she makes them go red. That was our
Oh,
agreement. And
Red
I
means
do
bed.
have an early stream tomorrow. I'll be over on Anime Guy's stream, whatever time that thing.
Yeah,
happens.
I'll give you another Star Wars video. It's too bad Tim isn't here today. Maybe I'll bring this one back up when Tim comes on again. Yeah, we'll do another
To tell
Star
you
Wars
the
video.
truth, Luke, your father was a dick. Always defying orders, always putting our lives in danger. Hell, he even tried to have sex with his apprentice a few times, but when he got caught, he acted like we were crazy. That would have been fine had he not done the same thing with your mom. Yes, that's right, he got married behind the Jedi Council's back and thought we were stupid enough to not notice it. Every time I would try to bring it up, he would call me a fag and throw a tantrum. Then he started going crazy after a few bad dreams. Killed Dooku, which I'm pretty sure is a war crime. Killed Mace Windu and even some fucking kids. When his wife and I tried to talk him down, he goes crazy and chokes around like a fucking lunatic. I kept trying to talk to him, but he started babbling slogans at me. So I let him have it. 13 years
I
of
love that it like we get more down below. It just adds it.
Yeah.
pent-up rage and frustration. 13 years of dealing with backtalk from a kid you rescued from slavery. I went all out. I told him it was the high ground, but from a certain point of view, that was bullshit. I just wanted to cut his limbs and watch him writhe in pain. To suffer like I suffered while dealing with this bullshit for 13 years. I even told him I loved him like a brother, just to add salt to his burning wounds. Go on. Ask me if I regret it. I don't. Anyway, after that I left and he became a cyborg mass murderer. He was a piece of shit then, and a piece of shit now.
It's great. Great green
That's
text.
fantastic.
Well said.
He's
It's all
busy
true.
then. He's busy now.
Big piece of shit. It's a terrible Guinness impersonation, but hilarious.
Oh yeah. There was a certain flair that
I-
he wasn't trying to be as close as he could.
Yeah, I don't even think it was like it would be better with AI.
Yeah, no. The guy is like intentionally trying to make it a little bit funnier sounding rather than just trying to do a bad imitation.
I like Jim and I are calling him Ringo though. He did. He sounded like Ringo.
Monster Ringo.
Anytime I think about Beatles impression, I always go to the vultures in Jungle Book.
Yeah.
I'll remember.
Anytime
don't
I think of
remember
Beatles
watching
impression,
the
I go to
Jungle
Dana
Book.
Carvey.
All right, we're gonna listen to the lights. We had a late start and an early finish today, but that's what happens when you're busy IRL. So what do we got? What do we got next, Jarvis? We'll go down the line. Leon.
Well, real quick, what was the name of that female
I
fighting game?
think I sent it to you on Twitter.
It's
but
League
I'll-
of
okay.
Legends Game Changers.
Cool. Yeah, if you send it to me on Twitter, then yeah, I'll
Yeah, the
so
LCS
that's what I'm covering
Game
tomorrow.
Changers.
That, and I might be covering some Wizards of the Coast dumbassery. It's been a while since I've touched anything Wizards of the Coast related, but a buddy of mine sent me some info, and I think it could be worth covering both. So you might get 2 videos tomorrow, depending on if I can make both of them worth it. And then if you guys are into talking about pop culture and raging at things, then and I'll be on Saturday Night Hypnosis tomorrow night, like I am every Saturday. With the great Hypnotic hosting. This Monday, I've got my live show, The Countercast, at 3 o'clock Central Standard Time. And other than that, that's going to be it. That's me.
Awesome. Pops, what are you playing tomorrow?
Yeah, it's continuing on with Castlevania 2 Simon's Quest. Redacted, though, so it's all better. It's got better transitions from night to day and better translated hints, so that, it makes the game a whole lot better.
No, I haven't
So you can
asked.
finish
Are
it.
you familiar with the with that game? Like having played it, or
that
is this
was
your
like-
first time?
No, that was the Simon's Quest was like one of the first NES games I ever had
Oh
when
wow,
I was
okay, cool.
younger. So, yeah.
So you played it in its unredacted version.
Yep. The painful one.
A bit of an expert, I think.
And then Sunday is anime chat, and the theme for October is because everybody dresses up for Halloween. It's going to be cosplay,
Awesome.
anime about cosplay.
That means you're going to watch my Dress Up Darling. Yes.
Oh, that boat sailed a long time ago. I watched that thing when it first came out.
What other anime about cosplay is there? I can't think of any off the top
There's
of my head.
literally
Well,
an
you're gonna have to
anime-
tune in to find out.
I remember
Fair
there's
enough.
one about like a cosplay club at school, and like that's all it's about. It might even be like a 5-minute short one, but I don't remember anything else about it.
Might have been Cosplay Complex, but
Yes, that one.
you guys will have to tune in.
We'll find out.
Find out.
Alrighty. Redhead Blaine wants you to hit the like button to save his life from the ginger perch. Yeah, save my soul from being not a ginger. Stupid white balance. Veritax, what are you up to this weekend? Having fun? New job? What's up?
Hopefully catching up on some sleep, resting, but I got a lot of cleaning to do, so I think I'm gonna clean my kitchen.
Nice. Clean that kitchen. Good clean kitchen is the start of a good meal. Serranos, what about your pipeline? Is it filled? Is
It's
it moving?
dry.
It's dry.
No, I'm working on this stuff, but I'm gonna put out 2 shorts reacting to the new anime stuff.
Nice. That'll be
Yeah.
fun. I'll look forward to it.
I'll just watch. I'm gonna try to do one a day and see how I can do that. Just just put out something.
You just film your pencil every day, and eventually people are like, "What the pencil's gonna do today?" Like, you never know. People love it. Flip a coin every day and just film it for a short. Like, looks like it's a heads day. Oh, tails day. Like, just real simple. People will love it.
I'll just use whatever jokes I make while I'm watching the episode. That's
There you
what
go.
all it is.
All right, everybody. Have a wonderful rest of your evening. Thank you for spending this week with me every night, chatting, playing, having fun. Go enjoy your weekend, and I will catch you Monday for the Fire Emblem video.
Yes.
Kampai, everybody.